What's going on, everybody? Let's get back. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Yeah, my phone died, man. My phone died. I don't know why I didn't just go upstairs. Damn. That live is gone. That hurt the heart. I ain't gonna lie. That hurt the heart chakra just now. I gotta heal for 2 minutes before I get into it, y'all. Let me heal real quick. All right. So that first live, I'm gonna start from the top. I'm gonna start from Aries risings. All right. So if you caught the first live, if everything else we were talking about with spirituality and the current energies, that was the first live, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. That was the first live. I ain't finna go over all of that again. We just gonna talk about Jupiter and Aries right now. All right, but I will start it from the top because I did want to save that live. So, I got iPhone 11. I got a bunch of fucking phones. I don't even be knowing what iPhone 10, 11, 12. I don't be fucking knowing anymore. All right. Once again, I'm starting from the top for Jupiter through the houses right now. Jupiter and Aries through the houses. All right. Damn, that hurt, guys. That hurt. But listen, that is what it is. It is what it is. You know, whatever I said in the first live, whoever was there, that you guys was meant to hear that shit. You know, everything before Jupiter and Aries. So Jupiter and Aries, once again, whenever Jupiter gets into a sign, guys, it's gonna bring expansion. Jupiter's already been in Aries for a couple of months now. All right. It brings expansion through experiences. So you can expect to experience way more than you usually do in the house. Hip hop catalog cast. That's funny. But you can expect to experience way more than you do in the house that you have Jupiter transiting, more than you usually do when Jupiter transits there. There's gonna be new things to learn. Things that you experience in the house that you have Jupiter transiting is gonna have a lot to do with developing new beliefs in your life, spiritual concepts. It relates to education. But one thing about Jupiter, like I said in the previous live, it exaggerates. Jupiter exaggerates because it's a big gassy planet that brings expansion. So whatever it touches, that planet is going to start to expand itself. Whatever house it gets into, there's going to be a level of exaggeration and expansion in that house as well. So we want to make sure we're connecting to what we're supposed to be learning while Jupiter's transiting a house, and making sure we don't become too reckless and we don't exaggerate energies in this house right now. Like I was saying, this is why when it comes to, when y'all look at the news, like I was saying, mass shootings, school shootings, that shit, school shootings those are crisis actors. All right. Those are programs. Those are fear tactics. A lot of that shit is really not real. All right. This is why it's always funny. And y'all don't be realizing when you see the actual mugshot and picture of the person with the school shooting, you realize they either killed themselves, or if they get locked up, we don't ever really hear about them after that. The follow up with the individual with the shooter is so like the follow up is so lackadaisical. Y'all don't ever realize that. You have to pay attention to how the energy of the people in these interviews in the news after these things. You know, like I was saying, you know, one of the school shootings that happened in Texas a couple of weeks ago, I was seeing the father being interviewed, allegedly the father of, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but we're spiritually inclined here. An average motherfucker that ain't into spirituality can't tell me nothing about reading the subconscious. I know how to read energies. I understand my level of intuition. So I know what somebody dealing with loss look like. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that we all deal with loss in different ways. But even if somebody's not crying and weeping or whatnot, there may be a sense of just shock maybe a sense of blankness because they don't understand what's really going on in reality. So you could even pick up on that. So I was seeing his father being interviewed, and it was like, he talking about this shit like he had a job interview. He's like, yeah, you know, she was a good kid, and you know, she just made the honor roll. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the emotion? Like, I don't see no despair in you. You look like you just woke up late to come and do this acting job, and then you know, it'd be all different, man. The shit be crazy. So I know there was some people that didn't like that I said that, and you know, it is what it is. When you understand this matrix, you understand how far they will go to keep control. When you don't understand how far the people will go that run this world to keep their control, then you won't be able to grasp why certain things happen. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't understand how far the people that run this world will go to keep control, then you'll have a hard time grasping why certain things happen. Don't think people that run this world won't sacrifice some lives. Don't think they won't sacrifice some lives just to make some ends meet. What the fuck you think the pharmaceutical companies, the pharmaceutical industry is doing? What you think they doing to? Why you think they doing what they doing to our food? So you got to be able to look at things from a bigger perspective, guys. You know, you got to be able to look at things from a bigger perspective. Everything on the news is fake. Everything on the news is fake. There's nothing real on the news. And I'm not exaggerating nothing right now. As a kid, I always used to look at the news and always used to think in my head like, yo, I know there's a lot of good things happening in the world. Why there don't be no good stories? Why there don't be no good stories? You know? Why there's not more positive shit on the news? Why is everything about crime? Is that the only thing to update us with? This is how I used to think about the news as a kid. Because as a kid, you're closer to source. As a kid, as a child, you're not indoctrinated into this matrix as much. You just came fresh from the astral realm. So you have more of a genuine, sensitive way of perceiving things in the world. You know, you're way more innocent. So I'm telling y'all, if you watch the news, you got to be able to have your spiritual, you got to be able to have your ninth eye open. You got to be able to be look at shit through the media with a certain filter if you're gonna be paying attention to certain things, guys. Y'all see what Cosmic Love Ray just said? Fear is a weapon, guys, and it's been helping keep in control of the masses for the longest. They make y'all think if y'all don't vote for a president, like something bad finna happen to you. And then they use celebrities that look like you, that have the same skin color to you, and they put them in commercials, they put them in the news, they put them at halftime in the middle of the Super Bowl and in the middle of the NBA Finals to let you know, like, guys, we need to make a change. If we don't vote, I be laughing at them shits. Guys, if I got a cramp. Guys, motherfuckers trying to look all sincere and genuine and shit in the camera. Get the fuck out of my fucking face. Do you know Joe Biden? Do you know that nigga personally? The fuck? Do you know George? Did you know George Bush personally? Did you? I don't give a fuck if Barack Obama black. I don't know that nigga. I don't fucking know that nigga. Black people don't even realize how much Obama set us back. Till this day, they don't even realize all the laws and the shit that was passed and went down while Obama was office. They used that nigga to blind the shit out of us. So much shit went down when he was in office that you don't even realize. And remember, it ain't really the president making decisions. The president is answering to somebody. We don't know the faces of, we don't know the people who run this world. They don't show their face for nothing. So don't think it's Elon. Even the people you think that got some power really don't. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all them niggas is answered. Them niggas is in competition with each other, trying to impress the niggas that they work for. Niggas like Bill Gates, Donald Trump, they're in competition trying to impress niggas that they work for so they can manifest higher positions. These niggas is a family. These niggas is in secret societies together. These niggas taking the oath together. So you think they give a fuck about sacrificing lives that's not a part of their bloodline? You think they really care about sacrificing some lives that's not a part of their bloodline? Come on, guys. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The president is just a face. But then they'll put Jay-Z, they'll put motherfucking who's the youngest, hottest rapper. They'll put a motherfucking little baby, the baby, the medium baby, the big baby, the short baby, tall baby, fat baby, skinny baby. They'll put all the babies in front of us, you know, to tell us to vote for some shit. They'll use Oprah to tell us to vote for some shit. They'll use another black face that we actually really look up to. You know, even the ones that we believe is the most genuine, like actors and entertainers that we look at as the most genuine. You see a nigga like Kendrick Lamar talking about voting, you be like, wait, hold up. They got you too, Kendrick? Oh, shit, we fucked. We are fucked. They got you too, J. Cole? Oh, we fucked. J. Cole done took the oath. Why you think these artists be, guys, why you think these rap artists, these entertainers be having hit movies, hit songs, platinum albums, and then they gotta detach? Then they don't put out music for a while. Motherfuckers don't be trying to take them oaths. Some niggas is real niggas. They ain't trying to sell out. They rather take what they've accumulated and be thankful for that and try to move within a higher sense of consciousness with their platform. But the conscious ones are the ones that they're dying to have a part of the family, and it's a mind fuck, because they'll take somebody like, this is hypothetically speaking, I ain't saying J. Cole, Kendrick, this and that third, but we know rappers like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, whatever artists and entertainers that we look at as wiser, more conscious. The powers that be, they be dying to get them a part of the team, because they're not going to use them and change their agenda. They're just going to use them to put them in pockets to do certain things, because it's like, okay, if we know the conscious ones and the spiritually inclined ones pay attention to you, you take this oath, we give you these benefits. We just need you to, all we really want you to do is promote voting. All we really want to promote is you telling them to take the vaccine. All we really want to do is use you to promote, to make this passionate video about school shootings, to make it seem more real. That's all we really want to use you for. We need you to keep talking the conscious shit so we could use you as a vessel to connect to the conscious ones, to distort their ways of thinking. So these niggas be robots, clones, taking oaths, motherfucking making deals with the motherfucking devil, and that's just figurative language for doing things that give them physical success. But you really don't even, these artists don't even know what type of karma they're placing upon themselves when they allow themselves to use their awareness and use their light for demonic shit. So yeah, guys, we just stay motherfucking woke. Keep your ninth eye open, please, guys. You watching the news, you know, that's what I gotta say about that. But this is why when we watching the news and we're seeing things with murders, motherfuckers is just killing people in the street, babies being thrown in the garbage, niggas in the Bronx is fucking bugging the fuck out. You know, this is I would say the mass shootings and the school shootings. Yeah, those are programs. But there is an actual state of exaggeration when it comes to things dealing with combat, war, you know, confrontation. Once again, we're experiencing it in our personal lives. So some of us in the past couple of months, in the past 2 months, we didn't have the most intense arguments and fights with some of our loved ones right now. And it may have been exaggerated. It may have been something that they said or did, or we said or did that actually blew things out of proportion. And then we have to realize, you know, I don't need to take that extreme reaction or whatnot, or I didn't need to be that impulsive in that sense. So Jupiter will exaggerate things with those Aries-like themes. So this is why, you know, we got to make sure the house that we have Aries in, we're not being gassed up. Keyword, Jupiter, gassy planet. We're not being gassed up to do things that we don't really have to do. All right. So Aries rising. And once again, guys, I'm just going to run through this briefly. I'm still healing. I'm still coping with the fact that that first live is gone. Right. Notice you don't hear anything about Russia no more, Ukraine and all that stupid shit. And that's not to say there was some people in Ukraine going through some shit. But once again, the powers that be, they don't give a fuck about what lives they got to sacrifice, this and the third. Do y'all not remember how this country, this corporation was built? What do you not? This corporation was built off of the natives even being destroyed. So the creation of this corporation was developed through destruction. That's the motherfucking. Listen, man, listen. The karma on American soil is built different. It's something different. And if you don't understand why I just called America a corporation, you need to go ahead after this live. You need to go on Google. You need to type in America Corporation straw man. Type those words in, straw man, like a straw you used to drink. Type that word in. Type in straw man birth certificate. And then you could DM me later and tell me what you find out after that. All right. So, Sun, Aries risings, Jupiter transit in the first house. Personal spiritual development. This is a time for you guys, Aries risings, you're going to be forced to develop new ethics and a new code when it comes to how you personally conduct yourself, how you devote yourself to things dealing with personal expansion in your life. All right. Jupiter likes to uplift energies, is a very optimistic energy, very positive energy. So a lot of you Aries risings that may have, once again, a lot of you guys, Aries, especially if you're an Aries rising and you like in your Saturn return ages. If you're an Aries rising and you're between the ages like 27 and 33, you may have purchased your first home. You may have made a big personal decision for yourself in the physical reality these past couple of years. So that a lot of times Aries risings, you guys get resentment from other loved ones, especially with family, with Cancer in the 4th house when it comes to doing things for yourself. So this is a time that Jupiter is going to uplift these insecurities, uplift these burdens on your heart, you know, and make you not feel bad for making these individual decisions that you had to make for yourself. All right. So, but Jupiter can make your personal life reckless right now. It can make it unorganized. It can bring a sense of scatteredness. You need to make sure your personal schedule and how much time you're putting into things personally, you're on point with them things, because, you know, your friends, people in your personal life can take you off track right now, because it's just going to be a lot of spontaneous episodes and experiences and adventures and friends trying to invite you here, take you here, do this, that, and the third. So make sure you have some sense of stability in this house. But there's definitely going to be a strong sense of personal expansion in this house, and it's going to come from you making sure you connect to all the things that are positive in your first house. Jupiter wants you to have a more positive outlook with how you deal with personal development, and it's also going to, don't get it twisted, the first house is a fire house. All fire houses have strong influences on expression. The first house has a lot to do with personal expression. The 5th house has a lot to do with creative artistic expression, and the 9th house has a lot to do with the expression of your knowledge and wisdom and your teaching abilities. You know how you're able to circulate your experience and your knowledge and wisdom. So these are hard, but they're all dealing with expression. So when you got the Jupiter transiting your first house, Aries risings right now, this is going to be a time where your Jupiter is going to create experiences for you to personally express what you believe in some more. You know, make sure people understand what is it you personally into. And this is going to mold the relationships in your life and who starts to fall off in your life, who you start to create a healthy separation from, you know, and how you are able to attract people who resonate what you're personally into. And this can manifest into a whole bunch of opportunities, collaborative efforts, new fruitful relationships, you know. new business ideas. Okay, so and then the first house also rules the body, Aries rising. So I know you guys the past couple of months you've been realizing that you got to be more disciplined with how you deal with your diet and what you put in your vessel, because karma is coming quick. Karma is quick with Jupiter, man. Karma is quick with Jupiter. I remember Mike Epps stand up. He was like, man, he was like, I want to devote my life to God, but I got to get this money first. You know, Bridget Martin, I appreciate the donation. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. All right. He made a joke. He was like, man, the other day, he said, the other day I stole a pack of cookies from the store and I got home. I lost my keys. He's like, God be working fast. And it be like that. So when you take in an unrighteous way, just know that whatever you took, I hope it serves you for that temporary moment, because that shit coming back, some universe finna take something from your ass. And if you selflessly give, just with the knowing that you'll be okay, even if you give, with the knowing that you still have a roof on your head and you still have a meal, you still gonna have food to put in your stomach, regardless if you gave a homeless person $10. If you're able to give selflessly like that, man, universe gonna put you in position to make sure you could keep on giving. All right. So Jupiter in the first house, Aries risings, understand that, you know, that this is how karma working for you right now personally. You know, you got to make sure your energies is in the right place personally. And, you know, you have more of an optimistic approach towards your personal aspirations. It's another thing Jupiter going to be doing in this first house. It's going to be making sure any insecurities with things dealing with personal goals, personal aspirations, personal development in your life, that you start to look at these things in a more evolved, optimistic light, and you allow yourself to just flow and experience instead of overwhelming yourself as to what you need to be developing, how you work on personal development. Just flow with the ideas that you have, you know, allow yourself to walk the journey. See, that's the thing Jupiter is going to be doing in these houses. Jupiter doesn't like hesitating, jumping into an experience. You know, this is why Sagittarius, Pisces, when it comes to what they want to adventure in, you know, they can have a high level of curiosity when it comes to what they want to adventure on in their life. Sagittarius, more so from a having fun exploration point of view. Pisces, from more of an intimate point of view. This is why Pisces could jump into, they see potential to connect with somebody on an intimate level and somebody makes them feel harmonious. A Pisces could be very impulsive. A Pisces could be very impulsive, you know, start doing wifey hubby shit on the second date. And then, yeah, once again, the body, your aura, your personal aura is stronger than it usually is right now. So depending on how you're taking care of yourself, people are able to read you way better. You can have the shittiest week. You can have a real shitty week when it comes to self-care, just being in negative energies, oversleeping, ain't nothing dealing with personal development in your schedule, bad diet. And you're going to think you're going to be able to get that haircut or get your hair did and put that fly outfit on and walk into the party, walk into the spot, and people not going to pick up on your aura. It don't matter how good you look. They're going to pick up on how low your aura is. If you're not already breaking out through your face, if you're not already dealing with a lot of migraines, if you're not already dealing with anxiety, you know, if you're not already dealing with these things, but let alone your aura gonna show that your energy is in a low place with Jupiter in the first house. Now, if you're putting yourself in a state of connecting to things that are make you feel more lively, more vibrant, you know, this is a time where you guys are going to want to educate yourself on things dealing with personal development. So even if you don't have a clear understanding about things, you just getting into spirituality, or you're trying to understand your natal chart more, you're trying to understand things with spirituality more. Aries risings, you guys are being pushed to be more hands-on with spirituality. So you may have been into spirituality and getting readings and shit and been into, you know, doing all of this for the past couple of years. Now Jupiter's like, all right, I want to experiment with spirituality more. Let's actually set up our altar. Let's go learn how to do proper candle magic. Let's learn how to detach and deal with full moon, new moon rituals. Let's make sure we incorporate meditation into our personal, into our lifestyle, you know, so it can help us. We could help develop some, you know, spiritual guidance, strengthen that relationship with source, so we could start feeling more free and more uplifted in the first house. So all my Aries risings out there, you know, make sure you connect to what you got to connect to in order to bring this spirit, to embrace. Jupiter's trying to bring the spiritual expansion. You just got to embrace it, Aries risings. That's all. Okay? And please watch your diet. You will gain weight so quick right now. You will gain weight. Listen, I didn't eat. I haven't ate solid food in the past 48 hours, so I just been juicing and drinking water. And I left the barbershop this morning. Y'all know how bad I wanted a turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese, man. You know how bad I was craving for that bitch. Walking back to the crib. Oh shit, I wanted that bitch so bad, but I'm like, no, my vessel don't really want that. That's just a craving. I already told myself I'm not eating solid ass heavy shit. I don't even want to be eating shit like that right now, let alone eating it in the morning, because the morning you never want to put heavy shit into your system. You want to be drinking a bunch of water to help electrify your system early to start the day. They got us ass backwards. They got us eating heavy ass breakfast, greasy shit, fried shit, a bunch of bread, carbs early in the day, and you wondering why you falling asleep in your lunch break. You wondering why you clocking into work at 9 a.m. and your vitality gone. Do you see what you just ate for breakfast? Grilled eggs with cheese, bacon, the bread, sugary ass juice, and you wondering why every time you come into work you got the itis and you just can't function. And it's like, yo, where my energy be going? You ain't electrify your system the right way. You probably didn't meditate off the wake up. And then now you're just dumping heavy stuff into your body. You know, you're not even allowing your body to resonate with feeling clear to start the day. You're just going to dump heavy shit into your body, you know. And all of our bodies are different when it comes to our diets and whatnot. But this is just to put into a perspective, you know, there's the body correlates to certain functions naturally. So you want to hydrate in the morning, okay? Get some fruits in your system in the morning. Some of y'all can't even move y'all goddamn bowels because you eating too many bacon, egg, and cheeses in the morning. Motherfuckers in New York City, we grew up on bacon, egg, and cheeses. We be having motherfuckers be having constipation like a motherfucker in New York City. We grew up on bacon, egg, and cheeses in Arizona's. And I was a sleepy ass nigga in high school. I was an athlete with a poor sleep schedule. And a competitive ass athlete as that, you know. So I worked fucking hard in high school. So boy did I sleep like a motherfucker in high school. I went into certain classes knowing I'm finna go to sleep. Like, oh shit, I got what's the name for third period today? I look at my schedule, seeing what classes okay. I got chemistry with what's the name in third period. I'm gonna take my first nap there. I'm gonna nap halfway through lunchtime, finish my food, finish my lunch second half. Then sixth period, okay, I'm gonna just go to the locker room, sleep in the locker room, and then all right, I'm gonna be good for practice. How you look? That's looking at my schedule to see when I could sleep. You feel me? Teachers will see me. How you doing, Mr. Okoro? I'm like, how y'all doing? You plan on staying awake today? No, not really. No. Maybe for the first 5-10 minutes you got me. But you know how I do, Mr. Blase Blah. That's why they be watching my ass when test time come, because they know I don't know none of this shit we talking about. They know a brother finna cheat. Got them Scorpio energies. Got them good old Scorpio energies, baby. We gonna know how to do some shit and not get caught. You feel me? I told you I'd befriend a nerd like a motherfucker in school. I probably wouldn't have got through college if I ain't make tight relationships with some smart motherfuckers. First day of class, I'm like, where the foreign exchange students at? Where these niggas at? Because I know I ain't getting through this chemistry class without these niggas. Alright, what's good? Where you from? Oh shit, Liberia? You lying. I'm from Nigeria. Word. You got a 4.0 G. Damn, 4.0 GPA? Yo, listen, man, look. This is my number. You know, this is your first year here. I know it's brand new culture shock for you, you know. If you need anything, let me know, man. You know, you going to frat party? Now, you be in the library? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, if you need anything, man, just let me know, alright? Okay? Now, listen, what's the answer to number 3? How you do that? Let me see. Alright. Hey, no, this is how we do in America. We just share answers. I know back in Liberia, y'all probably study by yourself. Now, this is how we do in America, you know. But you only want to do this shit with me. Don't be trusting these other motherfuckers. I'm the only one that care for you in this motherfucker. Yeah, they do be letting the athletes slide. To a degree, though. To a degree. Nigga, if your ass don't average more than 10 points a game, motherfucker, you need to do your homework. If you don't get no playing time, nigga, you gotta study. You going to study hard. Star players could take naps in class. Nigga, if your ass don't get off the bench, don't think you finna get any. You don't get these athlete perks. Your ass better make sure you study. You better make sure you keep that GPA where it's supposed to be. Only letting the productive motherfuckers get by. But that's Jupiter in the first house, y'all. That's Jupiter in the first house. Please take care of that physical vessel, all right, guys? A lot of you guys, once again, are going to get introduced into fasting, detoxing, cleansing. If you're already familiar with these things, you're going to be more motivated to embrace, you know, taking care of the vessel. So I don't want my Aries risings out there to start dealing with extreme situations that's pushing y'all to take care of yourself when we know Jupiter's in the first house. And we have to use the wisdom and knowledge that we already have access to, or we already have, when it comes to understanding how to take care of ourselves personally, because that's where extreme moments can manifest. And last thing here, with the exaggeration factor, with Jupiter transiting the first house Aries risings, you guys already have a competitive life. People be in competition with you, you don't even be knowing it. People be hating on y'all, throwing shade on y'all, you don't even be knowing it as the Aries rising. A lot of the times, you be in competition with family members and shit. Be careful. Jupiter in this first house is gonna teach you more positive ways to deal with your anger and frustration, Aries risings. All right. Can you explain Mars and Venus in the second house together? You have strong intentions when it comes to how you want to build security and stability, but you're very impulsive when it comes to connecting to the access that Venus brings in the physical realm. Venus in the second house will bring a lot of access to experience things in the physical realm, and you could develop real superficial tendencies with Venus in the second house, you know? So if you got Mars there, you're going to be more impulsive, and you're going to jump on things that you have access to in this house. You're going to have a strong passion and a strong drive to build stability, but you need to learn how to be more patient with what you build and not take shortcuts here. You know, you got Venus in the second house, though. When you take your time exercising your values to the world, or exercising what you're trying to build and stabilize, Venus going to help you build that up. All right. But let me not take too much time, y'all. Let me really try not to take too much time. So Aries in that first house. But yeah, when it comes to the exaggeration factor, when it comes to competition in your life, Aries rising, when it comes to people you don't align with that are trying to force things on you or trying to make you feel away for what you personally do in your life, remind yourself you are the I am. Aries suns are the I am. Aries moons embody that I am concept too. But the Aries rising is a whole different story. You are literally embodying what it means to be the I am in this lifetime, being an Aries rising. Because you have Aries in the house it's home in. So once again, a lot of the times you're forced to be independent. You're forced to motherfucking be a pioneer. There don't be nobody to watch, to learn from a lot of the times when it comes to the things you want to do. And you have to trailblaze, and other people learn from your actions a lot of the time. You know, a lot of the times y'all be the ones supporting y'all siblings and y'all younger siblings and shit more than your family. You be taking on responsibility in that type of shape or form. You know, so be careful of how you may exaggerate things dealing with competition or dealing with anger and frustration when other people try to force things on you. Learn to just fall back a little bit from time to time with Jupiter transit in your first house, because we don't want no extreme moments here. Pisces risings. Jupiter in Aries in the second house. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of expansion when it comes to business, stability, and building structure in your life right now. But it's going to come from you having to embody the concepts of feeling abundant. Not just about the technical, practical way. See, Jupiter is not dealing with reality, man. Jupiter is dealing with philosophy and spirituality and higher learning and higher concepts. So just like how I tell y'all, you can't want the money to feel happy. You got to feel happy and the money come. You can't be you can't have a scarcity mindset with life and think you're going to attract abundant situations. You need to know what the vibration of abundance is and push yourself to embrace the energy of abundance, to embrace the energy of being able to give what you have in order, and knowing that universe is going to keep you, you know, from not missing meals. You have to be able to embrace these things, all right? So Jupiter in the second house is finna lift y'all value system up. If you value in negative things, if you value in negative people, places, and things, you got some strong superficial habits when it comes to the second house, poor money management. You're allowing yourself to stay content when it comes to things with how you build stability and security. Jupiter finna expand on all of that shit and push you into a whole bunch of new experiences for you to, you know, tap into a more evolved value system here. See, people that have Jupiter and Neptune in their second house, a lot of these individuals, most of these individuals, they can make money, they can become rich and give a lot of that shit away to charity. They could detach from the physical realm and say fuck the money. They're not gonna value. Sometimes they're not gonna. A lot of these individuals, they may not value money the way that other people, the average person, does, because it brings more of a evolved aspect here, more of a spiritual aspect when you start looking at finances here. So if you have a real what's the word? If you have a real if you're in your lower self a lot when it comes to how you make money, you know, you have greedy tendencies, you know, Jupiter is going to put you into some extreme situations here, Pisces rising, and we already know you got Aries here. So we know you don't play about your value system, and you don't play about how you make bread. You could be impatient with these things a lot of the time. You know, you could be impulsive, jumping into things to make money a lot of the time, and then you ain't realize, you know, the consequences that come with things. And then you like, fuck, I was dreaming again, wasn't I? I just jumped right into that shit. Now I'm doing 6 months in the county. Ain't this a bitch? So this is not a time for you guys to feel like you have to exaggerate or do too much when it comes to building security and stability. The more you build more evolved, you embrace building more of an evolved value system, Pisces risings in this house. Watch the money opportunities come in. Watch the career opportunities come in. All right. You know, you have to make sure when you point out something that you're overly attached to right now in the physical realm. You know, these are going to be things that Jupiter is going to show you how to look at from a more evolved perspective at the moment, and not get caught up with things in the physical realm. But I can't say Jupiter can't manifest all different types of abundance in this house. That's just how it plays out a lot of the time. So if you actually don't see, you know, your business go from point A to B while Jupiter's in your second house, if you don't actually, you know, get that promotion, if you don't actually increase your salary this year, you will connect to what you need to in order to do this. You will connect to what you need to, or find the understanding when it comes to your creative abilities and what you value and how you can connect that to the world in order to build more stability and security. All right. But it starts with having more of an evolved way of looking at your value system. You know, the karma's here is going to be quick. So undisciplined ways of dealing with money management, you will blow money very fast right now. So it'll be a situation for Pisces risings right now where Jupiter's in your second house. You can have a goal that, all right, this month I'm saving these checks from this job, and this is my bread to pay the bills. This is my goal for how much money I want to have by the end of the summer, you know, or the end of the year. And you'll manifest situations where you go out for one weekend and you a little too impulsive and you end up blowing a lot of that bread in one weekend. So you can set yourself back very quick right now with Jupiter in the second house, Pisces risings, when it comes to how you build stability. Stay disciplined to how you're building, how you deal with your finances, how you manage your finances, and what you value. All right? If you value getting yourself from point A to B with building some security and stability, Jupiter is going to continue to teach you and connect you to the right influences, the right people to pay attention to, the right ways of thinking. It's going to have a strong intuition when you are overindulging or you're connecting to something negative that's holding back, the things that you value. Intuition going to be very strong here. Okay? So you got to be able to pick up on these things right now, Pisces risings, all right? Aquarius risings, Jupiter in the 3rd house. There's gonna be a lot of new philosophies and morals that's developed when it comes to your social circle, when it comes to how the environment that you're in influences you. When Jupiter's in the 3rd or the 9th house, a lot of time people start paying attention to moving, or they will actually move, especially if you're in an environment you don't resonate with. It may be a situation that comes out the blue that provides the opportunity for you to get out your environment. You may impulsively leave your environment, but Jupiter, it brings expansion into the 3rd house. It's just that the 3rd house is the local environment. Jupiter's opposite here. So Jupiter wants to expand, aka when it comes to your close friends, when it comes to things that you're familiar with, big energy in the 3rd house, what you're familiar with. When it comes to, your neighborhood, you're going to truly understand if these things complement, your goals and how you're trying to expand in life, period. So there's going to be some, this energy, Aquarius risings, you guys are going to be introduced to a lot of your soul tribe. You may meet some soulmates during this transit, aka your belief system, right? And your form of knowledge, you're going to start seeing how you have these things in common or don't have these things in common with people that you're familiar with. Because listen, a lot of the time, sometimes we be around people, we build a familiar sense, a comfortable state around people that we don't really spiritually connect with or mentally connect with in a way. Sometimes we're interactive beings as humans. So sometimes we just want to be around people. Sometimes we just want to have company. Sometimes we'll keep a relationship or a friendship around because of the sense of, the relatability. Right? So this is going to be a time where Jupiter is like, nah, we're not just going to be chilling around nobody for no reason. Jupiter is about reason, so what's the reason this person, you upholding this friendship? Because if we start to separate ourselves, or if we start to make sure there's some healthy space between people that don't really think like us or are not into the things that we're spiritually into, now we could start attracting opportunities to move ourselves into an environment where we're understood, or we able to relate our beliefs, and what we're into, or attract those relationships. So right now, you guys' environment, 8 out of 10 times, a lot of you guys are not going to be living where you live at right now. By the time Jupiter moves out of the 3rd house, a lot of people are moving around this time, Aquarius risings. Or if your time is expired, Pisces risings, if your time is expired in the environment you're in, you're going to be forced to get the fuck up out of there. You may have been living with, family or some shit, or you had a roommate or some shit, and you've been like for a year now, you done already got the savings and everything to finally move into your own sacred space or something, but you just, you kind of overstaying, you staying in your environment a little too long because you might be hesitant about embarking on a new journey. You might be hesitant about experiencing a new environment. You might be too attached to your environment. It might be some superficial shit in your environment that you attach to that's holding you back from expanding here. So whatever ways, this is like, I made a joke the other day about like a lot of my bros in the hood, the farthest they've been is Miami. That's like going to Paris for niggas in the hood. Miami and Puerto Rico. And right now, if you are too attached to your 3rd house, Jupiter finna break some shit and put you in extreme situations to let you know, like, yo, those is your bros, but you don't think like them. Stop allowing what you're familiar with and what's in your environment to hold back how you expand spiritually, mentally, and actually what you're able to explore. So you're gonna start realizing who these people, places, and things are. And once again, Jupiter been in Aries for the past couple of months, so these are things that we're already feeling. This ain't you. All right, we're in the energy. So, and you're going to be more influenced to communicate your belief system around this time. Times that you may have just let shit slide and then, somebody said some shit about astrology, somebody said some shit about spirituality, and you was like, man, niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about, whatever. Jupiter in the 3rd house, you might feel like going to war for that shit right now. You might get into the most intense debates and arguments and not talk to your closest friends for mad long because of some fucking spiritual debate. All right, so be careful of not letting that get overly competitive to the point it's destructing a relationship that you do kind of fuck with. It's just that y'all not on the same terms spiritually, you know. But I believe everybody in this chat has relationships with people that they love and they really care about. But they may not be into the forms of spirituality and everything that you're into. And it may not even be because they're religious or something. They may not just be walking that path yet. And y'all got to understand that too. Y'all got to understand that everybody got their own path, y'all. When I was younger, I used to be kind of condescending towards people that are religious. And I done said some foul shit to my family members about Christianity. You know, even though they needed me to shake their spirit up a little bit, you know. So hopefully in the next lifetime they get closer to evolving with their spiritual path. But everybody's walking their different paths, y'all. A lot of us may not have been on our spiritual path. Well, shit, if you in this live, you was most likely, you brought spirituality here. Most of y'all didn't have spiritual awakenings. Most of y'all brought, you know, some people have spiritual awakenings where there's a shift. And then some of us, we kind of already naturally resonated with spirituality, and we loved the stars when we were younger and things about the solar system. And as we got older, we started to tap into what we actually did bring here, which is our spiritual awareness. All right. So, you know, a lot of people that make that shift though, you know, on some Malcolm X shit, that's like an indication of somebody they had a strong vibration to tap into spirituality in this lifetime, you know. I'm just using him hypothetically, but yeah. So that's what's going on with Jupiter in the 3rd house, man. You're definitely gonna see manifest opportunities to, you know, expand in your local environment and build more of an understanding, more of an overstanding. I can't even use the word understanding with Jupiter. Jupiter is like an overseer, more of an overstanding of the relationships in your life, right? And yeah, get close to the tribe here, and you gotta watch how you talk too. You gotta kind of watch how you talk in a way, because Jupiter is gonna push you to be more free-spirited, to communicate your shit. So you will be real influential on others right now. But at the same time, you can have real impulsive ways of communicating right now, you know. So just watch that. Capricorn risings. Jupiter in the 4th house, all right? Jupiter transit in the 4th house. This is a strong placement, and this is a real strong time for my Capricorn risings right now, okay? Because when you have, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Capricorn, I don't even have Aries in the 4th house. I got Aries in the 3rd house, all right? My chart is really kind of set up like an Aquarius rising chart. I don't. Damn, you always say something about the Capricorn rising, the Capricorn moons. Damn. But Jupiter transit in the 4th house. Jupiter is exalted here, so when it gets here, once again, Jupiter is very optimistic, and it uplifts energies. So when it comes to any traumas, wounds, when it comes to shadow work, when it comes to things that you hold resentment towards your parents, things that you hold wait, you said you were starting from the beginning. I did. You must have just got in here. With Jupiter being in the 4th house, when it comes to things dealing with emotional burdens, Jupiter's finna lift all of that up. So you may even attract a friend or a new relationship that actually helps to give you some guidance with things dealing with relationships in your family. You might build some strong connections relating to somebody else that has experienced things similar in your family, with your family experiences, and they start to give you new concepts on how to look at things with the emotions and the relationship with your parents. You're going to build more of an understanding of the relationship with your mother or any turbulent relationship in the family with your parents, all right? Yeah, and I started over in this live. I started with Aries rising. So, with Jupiter transiting here, you know, your emotional intelligence is being developed like a motherfucker right now. Jupiter in this house. Things that you used to hold on to a little bit, you know, you're learning to release them with Jupiter in the 4th house. You know, that resentment that you have towards your parents because they heavy religious and whatnot, and they look at you like a demon child for being into spirituality and having an altar and shit in your house. Those are the things you're going to start to build more of an understanding with and not hold resentment towards them. You're going to start understanding like, look, yeah, I know y'all into what y'all into. I'm into what I'm into. We know we unconditionally love each other. We not finna beef over this. Like, I respect y'all shit. And I'm spiritually inclined, so I could take the hits with the shit that you got to say about spirituality. I could take the hits, you know. So, this is what Jupiter got going in the 4th house, but there's definitely going to be a lot of spiritual expansion when it comes to dealing with your emotions and dealing with, you know, the home as well. This is also a placement that could bring new opportunities when it comes to your living situation as well with Jupiter in the 4th house. All right. And if not, you may start to, start paying attention to moving into more of your own private space if you're not already in your own private space with Jupiter in the 4th house. A lot of you guys are going to be embrace a whole bunch of solitude around this time because Jupiter is forcing you to understand the subconscious and how to heal yourself. And you're going to start wanting to be in your private space some more so you can continue listening to what Jupiter is trying to teach you. So there might be some separation from some relationships in many different ways with Jupiter in the 4th house. And it's trying to attract situations in your life that, you know, help teach you how to uplift anything that's heavy in this house. You may and you need to have boundaries with people because people will come to you right now for emotional dependence, and it's all good because you are going to be a vessel right now. You are going to be a vessel to help others deal with emotional stability, but because it could be so intense with Jupiter in the 4th house, you got to make sure there's some boundaries here so it's not overwhelming on spirit right now. Okay? If you're trying to conceive right now, this is a great time for that. Jupiter transit in the 4th and the 5th house do have a lot of potential to deal with giving birth, starting new families. So just keep that in mind. Potential very high right there. And but yeah, that's like really the main theme I want you to understand. The sense of connecting to your isolation, utilizing, you know, meditation and embracing your private space to get closer to source. Jupiter is going to be fiending for you to do this here. It's almost to the point you're going to start getting tired of things that you do in your you know, with certain friends or whatnot. If you be going to the bar, you be going out, you be clubbing every weekend and shit, you gonna be sitting in VIP in the club. You're going to be sitting in the section. You're going to be scrolling through your phone. Jupiter transit the 4th house. North node and this. You're going to be looking at astrology shit on your phone. Motherfuckers is smoke weed, get money. Everybody motherfucking popping bottles and shit around you. Your ass going to be on your phone in the section, sitting down, looking at spiritual shit. And all that's going to do is push you to be like, you know what, I'm kind of over I'm kind of over all the extra shit. Like, I need to be in my own private space because there's a lot of things I want to dive into when it comes to knowledge of self, when it comes to healing. And I feel like I'm right. I feel like all the answers are Jupiter's trying to throw me all the answers right now. But this clubbing every weekend, this ain't helping me. This ain't helping me right now. And you're going to build more of an understanding as to why you're emotionally attached to things. Because remember, the home environment, a lot of the relationships, the way we conduct ourselves in relationships, a lot of that trickles, excuse me guys. A lot of what we experience with the relationship with our parents, especially, you know, our mother, you know, for a woman, the relationship with your father, and a male with the relationship with their mother, it's so subconscious how these things trickle into our relationships, yo. And then it's like, you know, if you feel like there was something your parents were supposed to give you and you ain't get that from them, which that is a very common thing in life. It is what it is. Not all of us have examples of the most harmonious relationship with our parents. Like, that's just life. Then you don't understand subconsciously how you get into the 7th house, which is a square house to the 4th house, aka the relationships in your family environment clash a lot. And you have to learn how to make these houses learn from each other. This is really what's happening here with the 4th and 7th house connection. So you got to get into the 7th house and understand how you may be forcing your partner to uphold things that your mother was supposed to be doing, that your father was supposed to be doing. Your partner can help you heal to an extent, but to an extent. That is nobody else's responsibility to help you heal your fourth house, to help you heal your burdens and wounds. Yeah, there's times where, somebody, meet somebody in their life and this person, helped you in different type of ways and whatnot. Shit happens like that. But even in that sense, that person still needs to continue that journey, whether that person stays in their life or not. God may have just placed this person in your life as a vessel to help you spark something that you need to continue. So Jupiter in the fourth house, these are things you're going to be realizing. You're going to be realizing why you self-sabotage in relationships. You're going to realize why, your mother didn't give you the love that you really wanted from her. And now every girl you date, you expect them to extra baby you and extra do everything for you. And you treating them like they're your mother. And they not your motherfucking mother. That's your girl. Vice versa, women, Maybe certain love you ain't get from your father, certain forms of affection or security you don't feel like you got from your father, may not have had your father in your life in some type of shape or form. And every time you get into a relationship, you overwhelm your man with the responsibilities you placing on him, So these are things that you're going to be realizing right now, Capricorn risings, Jupiter transiting the fourth house, And this is coming from somebody that I done experienced loss in my family. Like, I done lost my father at a young age. I done experienced death in the physical realm. Thank God I'm spiritually inclined, because I know what death really is. So when you're spiritually inclined, you understand it's just transition and transformation. And you, just like you was connected to these individuals before you came in, you still connected to these individuals and they still there. So this is something else you finna be understanding, Capricorn risings too. Learning how to deal with, any forms of loss in this house, and understanding how to connect to your spiritual family. Understanding how to connect to your spiritual family. This is why privacy, solitude is a big thing for Capricorn risings right now. All right. Sagg risings, the fifth house, Jupiter in the fifth house. Oh yeah, and last thing, the exaggeration factor. The boundaries are big. You're going to need to build boundaries here, Capricorn rising, because it can be overwhelming who's dependent on you for emotional stability or stability of any sort right now. And you can run into exaggerated situations with loved ones. Exaggerated situations when you feel like you're not getting the privacy that you need right now. You can project like a motherfucker right now, Jupiter in the fourth house, okay, on the wrong people. So be careful of that. Jupiter in the fifth house, Sagg risings. Jupiter finna be placing you into a bunch of experiences in the fifth house, dealing with, learning to embrace being on the stage. Jupiter is going to push you to being center stage in a lot of situations in your life. Jupiter is going to push you into a lot of situations where to explore your creative expression, explore your artistic expression. You feel me? Some people, some of us, and everybody, not to sound bigger or better than anybody, because we all have different type of gifts and traits and things we got to learn. But, sometimes I see people trying to build the brands, or build maybe spiritual pages on social media and whatnot. And it's not to say you don't know what you're talking about spiritually, but sometimes you're selling yourself short when you're not allowing yourself to be out there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to embrace getting on this fucking camera and speaking from your heart. Sometimes you try to be a little too discreet, make our little written posts here and there, this, that, and the third, Of course, there's people that's built their brands not having to show their face. Maybe they just got a big tarot YouTube account and you just see their hands on the cards. You don't even know what the fuck they look like. So yeah, it's not saying that there's different ways to do things, but you have to put yourself out there in the most genuine and transparent way. This is going to help you build what you're trying to build in your life if it's through something dealing with creative expression. If you an artist, you got to put your music out there. How the fuck we going to find your shit? How we going to connect to your shit? If you want to YouTube, you gotta fucking get on the camera and stop worrying about how you express yourself on the camera. Just express yourself. If you want to connect some form of spirituality and awareness and insight to the public, stop overthinking about how you gonna post this and the third. Get active. Just get active. You'll find yourself throughout the journey. You're not supposed to know it all on stage one. You'll find yourself throughout the journey. You feel me? So, listen. I was fucking dying laughing a few ago, I was just going through like my first astrology YouTube videos. I was crying. I was crying, laughing about how much I was fucking shit up. I was like, yeah, all right. So, let's talk about Taurus. So Taurus is ruled by Mars. I was fucking all type of shit up. I was having all type of verbal typos. Literally, it was literally comedy for me. It was literally comedy for me. You know, I thank God I went back and looked at that shit so I could delete a lot of that shit, because I was gonna fuck up the start of a lot of people's spiritual journeys if they was watching my early videos. You know how much shit I was fucking up. But I said, fuck it. I feel inclined to teach. I feel inclined to share what I feel like, you know, I know what I've been taught in this lifetime, what I have a huge hunger to learn. Man, let me put myself out there. So, you know, a lot of y'all, and this may apply to people that don't even have this transit Jupiter in the 5th house, but this is especially with a lot of y'all, because we need y'all. The people that y'all have a strong crave to teach spirituality, we need y'all. We need y'all asses right now. There's a war going on outside. We don't need y'all being hesitant and reluctant and shy about that shit. Each one motherfucking teach one. What Tupac said, I know I may not change the world, but I want to spark the minds that's going to be able to change the world. So even though I may have had videos saying some shit wrong, I might have said one thing in that video, in a half an hour video. It might have been 30 seconds that resonated with somebody so hard that helped them to spark a new journey in their life. All right? So stop being hard on yourselves for everybody that's trying to put yourselves out in some type of shape or form. And most of y'all, and guess what? Guess what? Here's the kicker. Most of y'all that have a strong passion to express yourself and be seen in some type of shape or form, but you feel real nervous doing it, it feels real scary doing it. See, I got my South Node in the 5th house, so I've been doing this. You know, I may have gave out some fucked up information in the beginning, but being on the camera, I could do this. You know, I'm used to dealing with attention in my life. So, for some of y'all that struggle or feel hesitant and shy and you feel like you got to come out your skin, this is how you know you walk in your path. This is how you know you walk in your path. So I'm here to help encourage you guys to just jump into it. Just stop looking back. Stop looking back. You here. You on path. Keep walking. Embrace that shit. This is what's going on with Jupiter in the 5th house. This is what's going on with Jupiter in the 5th house for my Sagg risings. And you know you Sagg risings is philosophical as a motherfucker. You know you finna be excited as shit to relate spirituality or astrology to your best friends. You know you finna tell they ass. You know you finna tell your siblings. You know you finna make sure your kids is studying astrology while they in school and making sure they balance the matrix education with true education, with spiritual education. So when you're like, damn, I actually feel I feel like spirit is calling me to express this in a greater light, and you feel nervous and you feel scary, that's how you know you're on path. It's not supposed to just feel so some people, you might have some energies that support you being more comfortable expressing it, but you know, when spirit is really calling you to do something and you feel nervous, and this is how you know you got to where you needed to get. This is how you know the things that you signed up in your contract, you finally got to that path. You cleared all other distractions in your life to get to this stage where I feel nervous as hell to walk down this path. This is what you signed a contract to make sure you end up at this starting point. And the more you allow yourself to walk in faith and understand you finna grow, understand a year from now you're gonna be more evolved. You're not gonna be doing things the way you did when you first started your business, your creative project, your forms, your artistic projects and whatnot. The more you keep in mind that you're gonna grow, the more that's gonna help motivate you to keep on doing what you're doing. But Jupiter in the 5th house, you finna be pushed into being center stage. You finna be pushed into expressing yourself from a more creative, artistic level, especially if you're an artist. If of any sort, I made a joke in the previous live saying this is a transit that'll turn a gangster rapper conscious right now. AKA, you're going to feel the need to start adding more lessons or adding your knowledge and wisdom through your creative expression in some type of shape or form instead of it being so surface level in a way. You know, you're going to want to add more meaning and something that could uplift others when it comes to your form of expression right now. When it comes to sex and intimately exchanging energies with people, the potential to have children right now is very high. If you're not trying to have children in this chapter of your life, be careful what you're doing with people right now with Jupiter in the 5th house. Most people with Jupiter in the 5th house, you pretty much bound to have kids in this lifetime. You sign contracts to extend your family lineage. Some people with Jupiter in the 5th house have a lot of kids, you know. They build big families in this lifetime. So just know that right now, Jupiter transit in this house, okay? You sexually connecting with somebody that you do not see them as the mother of your children. You do not see them as the father of your children. But you jumping into sexual acts with them. That Jupiter karma will exaggerate some shit right now. Okay? And this is the time for you to become more studious with your craft. If you're dealing with, when it comes to creative artistic expression, this is the time to, you know, take that course to improve your vocals if you're a singer. You know, this is the time to, you know, if you mix and master music, invest in your money into that course to help you build your knowledge with how to use the different programs to master music. You know, this is the time for you to learn from people who've done things before you from a creative aspect. So you can, you know, expand and have more insight on how you conduct yourself with your creative expression around this time. So you want to be a student of the game right now, Sag Risings, on top of your natural teaching. And you, Sag Rising, you a natural teacher. This is your ruler. This is your ruler. You got the ruler transiting a house that harmonized with your first house. So as a Sag Rising, you already deal with personally expressing your philosophy and your beliefs, whether you realize it or not. A Sag Rising that's not even into spirituality is going to have a philosophical way of looking at the world. They're going to question a lot of things. You got strong Sag placement, Sag Sun, Moon Rising. You're going to question a whole lot. Why? How? These are your favorite words. You know? So the fact that you got your ruler transiting the 5th house, you're being used as a vessel to express your knowledge and wisdom and your experience with a certain skill within your industry or whatever. But you finna have people look at you right now. You finna embrace what attention look like right now. Jupiter transiting the 5th house. And if having fun and socializing has been something that you lacked in this area, that don't even sound right. A Sagittarius rising that don't have fun. That don't even sound right. Y'all be having too much fun. Shit, if anything, y'all be needing to learn how to be like, all right, I'm not picking up no calls this week. Motherfuckers, all this, whether it's vacations and going out and my friends dragging me here and peer pressuring me to do this and spontaneous shit going on with my family. Sagittarius rising lives be a movie. It be sometimes gaining some stability in your personal life. You gotta force that shit. You got to have people mad that you're not picking up the phone sometimes as a Sagittarius rising just to get stable sometimes in your first house. Because Jupiter always got a new episode going on. Y'all always got a story to tell somebody like, yo, you won't fucking believe what happened at the club this weekend. Like, what happened? What's it now? What story you got into now? Man, motherfucker, man, we got up in a section. We told these niggas we were gonna pay for the section afterwards. Then 3 of the niggas didn't have no bread. Then we ended up getting in a fight with the motherfucking club owner. Then the police came. Then that motherfucker had to punch the police officer in the face. And after that, you know, they ended up letting me go. But then I found out the police officer is my cousin. What's that? Shit crazy, right, bro? You be like, motherfucking Sag Rising live a crazy life. So now Jupiter in the 5th house, when it comes to having fun, socializing, that can be exaggerated right now. You can overdo it right now. You can overdo it. But when it comes to your expression, it's way more potent. We feel and hear you more right now, especially when you're giving out energy out that first house or giving out energies dealing with, you know, your personal aspiration, your personal beliefs, or things that you're creatively invested in. People want to learn from you. Not only are you being pushed to be a real studious of working on your craft, if you're an artist or you're a creative, when it comes into people may learn from you with how you express yourself, you know. You may be in a situation where you really had to express some genuine feelings to your partner, and your friend was in the house or whatnot, and your friend is having that issue in their relationship, expressing how they truly feel, and now your friend is like, damn, that's why y'all stay together, huh? Y'all just be expressing y'all raw feelings and emotions. Like, hell, motherfucker, yeah, I be expressing my raw feelings and emotions. This motherfucker, I told him to have the dinner ready at 7 o'clock. They knew I was going to have a long work day and shit. I'm the one buying all the groceries. So you think I'm finna hold my tongue? No, she got to make sure that shit whipped up. You know? Let me chill before y'all start calling me a narcissist and a man make one post about a woman making him a meal or something. Now we like, see, this is the problem with men today. Y'all just want women to do everything for y'all. Like, damn, I can't expect my girl to make me a meal. If I can't expect that, we just doomed right now. If I can't go to the cookout and ask my girl, like, babe, go ahead, I'm gonna chop it up with the homie real quick. You go fix me a plate real quick, you know how I like it, you feel me? Give me a little piece of that, the turkey burgers. You know, make sure you get some of my grandmama's potato salad on. Put it on a separate plate too. You know I don't like my potato salad touching, my burgers and shit. If I can't ask wifey, my shorty, to do that for me, I'm sorry. You finna lose me. Cause it ain't gonna be nothing for you to ask me to cash app you. It ain't gonna be nothing for me to take care of the hair, nails, take care of some bills. It ain't gonna be nothing for that. And a brother can't get his plate at the cookout fixed. That's doing too much. That's why you on the phone with your girlfriend getting mad and shit. Like, this nigga so lazy. We gotta get it right, y'all. We gotta get it right. All right. So this is what you experience in Sag rising. But understand, if you're an introverted Sag rising, you're a Sag rising, but you're a Cancer moon, Scorpio sun, you a Virgo sun, Cancer moon and shit. Oh, we finna break that shyness energy in that 5th house this year. We finna break that. We finna evolve that. We finna get uncomfortable when it comes to expressing yourself. This gonna be the year that you say, you know what, fuck this. I'm finna teach about holistic health and all the shit I be juicing and doing with my health and this, that, and third. I don't give a fuck. I'm not holding back from this dream or what knowledge I feel like I could give to the collective. I'm gonna embrace the spotlight. I'm gonna embrace attention. I'm gonna embrace genuinely expressing myself. I'm trying really hard not to bust out laughing at this coffee. You can't make your own plate. You can't make your own plate. First of all, you've been chewing that gum since 9 a.m. It's 3 o'clock. Spit the motherfucker out and go make my motherfucking plate. Give me all this extra lip. I ain't fucking around with y'all. Y'all be making me play around too much. 6th house. I know at this point when I get on live and I say, all right, yeah, I'm finna run through these quick, I know y'all be like, yeah. This boy don't never learn, huh? This boy don't learn. I don't know why you keep lying to us. I know at this point that should go in one ear and out the other nowadays. So that was Sag risings. 6th house, Virgo risings. No, I'm bugging. Scorpio risings. Right, gum flavor just gone. Flavor gone. That shit was big red. Now that shit is small pink. That shit that shit light beige. Gum flavor done. No redness to the gum. All the citric acid, all the sugar, all of it, you done consumed all of that. You just whatever rubbery paste gum is made out of, that's the only thing left right now. So Scorpio risings, Jupiter transit in the 6th house. Alright, I'm bugging because I actually got things to do today. Jupiter transit in the 6th house. I'm about to have some clients be like, boy, I thought you said you're going to deliver that reading at 3 o'clock today. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Alright, y'all. Alright. Scorpio rises, Jupiter transit in the 6th house, Aries in the 6th house. Now, I actually like Aries in the 6th house. This is an in conjunction, so sometimes it is going to be some natural friction here. But, you know, with Scorpio in this house, because Scorpio, once again, Mars is your chart ruler, so the 6th house is actually a very important house for you, being a Scorpio rising, because you got Aries here, and Mars rules this house. And so this is going to be a house that have a lot to do with, because once again, when it comes to the planet that rules our chart, we got to make sure that energy is always intact. So if you are a Libra or Taurus rising, you got to make sure your Venus energy and your value system is on point, because your life will be upside down when it's not. It could trickle, negative issues and shit could trickle into any house. If you're a Scorpio Aries rising, you need to make sure Mars is intact. You know, you're conscious and you're stable and in the present with how you deal with your passions, how you deal with controlling your anger and frustration. You know, how you channel your passionate ass energy. You know, that sense of durability and vitality that you guys have. Got to make sure you know how you're channeling that. Or it could be all type of frustration that develops in different houses. You know, if you're Aquarius, Capricorn rising, you got to know, you got to keep Saturn energy intact. But this is why Saturn and Capricorn risings, we kind of can embrace restriction in our lives some more, because this is what we be personally experiencing. You know, we the ones that'll tell somebody, you need to place more time into that. Stop rushing that, this, that, and the third. But when you're not embracing the natural Saturn qualities that you have, frustrations in all parts of the chart. Pisces, Sagittarius risings, you need to know, you need to keep your Jupiter energy intact, you know? AKA making sure you're exercising the mind in a healthy way, but you're not allowing Jupiter energy to bring too much chaotic spontaneity in your life. You know, because life could be very chaotic for a Pisces Sag rising with Jupiter being the chart ruler. You're gonna experience and explore a lot of shit in this lifetime. You know, you're gonna adventure into a lot of things in a lifetime. By the time you're 21, you damn near live the life of a 45-year-old. But you got to make sure that Jupiter is not reckless, or that you have a control over not letting Jupiter make your life too reckless. You know how to put some boundaries on certain things, on certain relationships, this, that, and the third, so you can keep some stability in your life and still be able to, you know, extract the wisdom that Jupiter brings from experiences in your life, right? If you are a Gemini or Virgo rising, your Mercury, you got to keep your Mercury energy intact. So a lot of you guys deal with anxiety. A lot of you guys have very, you know, hyperactive nervous systems. So you guys got to make sure you dive into things that help calm the nervous system, that help you decompress. You got to make sure that you consistently remind yourself at times that you are overthinking about something when you are overthinking. You know, more so when it comes to something in your personal life, aka overthinking about a personal insecurity, you know, and you're making the issue bigger than what it is, you know. Like I got a big ass fucking forehead. If I have Mercury in the 1st house, I would probably have a do-rag on, a hat on, every fucking live stream. It's not that big of a fucking deal. You got a 5 head, motherfucker. You gonna hide your head, you gonna wear, you gonna do a motherfucker, you gonna get an Oscar award and wear a hat too? Nigga be in the swimming pool with a do-rag. Y'all know the memes when they show New York niggas with construction boots on the beach? I remember I used to be very insecure about my feet when I was younger, because when I started, I didn't start playing basketball till like late elementary school. And when I started, I was forced to play basketball. My older brother was like, no, I'm not finna sit here and just watch my little brother be fat, chubby, eat Doritos for breakfast, and talk about he want to be a wrestler when he grow up. No, I'm not having it. So he played basketball, so he forced me to play basketball. I was crying to my mom. I did not want to do that shit. I was like, the motherfuckers is running. I was like, that first practice was torture. Motherfuckers was laughing at me. To this day, my teammates, to this day, they tease me for like my first couple practices, they were literally laughing because they already been playing basketball since like second grade, third grade. I came into that shit, I'm literally crying. I'm looking at my brother in practice like, yo, please, why you doing this to me? They're like, get back on the line, nigga. We got another suicide. I'm looking at this nigga like, yo, this fucked up. I was mad at him, wasn't talking to him. I was forced into that shit. So I didn't really have basketball sneakers. So my feet started getting toe up from the flow up. So I used to be mad insecure about my feet. I'd be chilling with a girl in high school or some shit. She'd come to my crib and shit. I always got socks on. When it was time to go to the beach, I'd go out my way to get a pair of Crocs to go to the beach. Be in the water. You know, that's how you gotta walk in the... That's how you gotta walk in the water so the Crocs don't fall off. Like, you gotta take them big steps. Make sure you land properly in the water and shit. So my shit's... I used to be insecure about that shit, but if I have Mercury in the first house, if you a Gemini, Virgo rising, oh, forget about it. Oh, forget about it. Your physical insecurities, you're gonna blow them shits out of proportion. You're gonna overthink the fuck out of them shits. So if you a Virgo, Gemini rising, you gotta make sure Mercury is intact to the point you don't overthink your insecurities, things that you cannot change about yourself. And if you could change it, motherfucker, change it. If you could change it, work on that shit. If not, learn to embrace yourself. Learn to embrace the vessel God put your ass in. It is what the fuck it is. You know? If your ass go bald in your 20s, man, you better polish the fuck out that motherfucking baldy. Every morning, you better, you know what? These bitches ain't got nothing on, need some of that baby oil. These bitches ain't got nothing on my shit. Morris Chestnut, Montel Jordan, these niggas ain't got nothing on me. Be proud of your shit. You feel me? Now, if you got insecurities with certain things with your body, you know, your weight, this, that, and the third, and you could change it, you're going to continuously overwhelm yourself as a Gemini, Virgo rising, because you know Mercury's always giving you the ideas of what you could do, especially if you're a Virgo rising, things with health and your wellness, and this is not to fat shame anybody that's down the third. Listen, come on. We talking about spirituality, y'all. Come on. Let's not get onto some lower level shit. These are examples, okay? But it's also encouragement to not stay content with the things you can change in your life at the same time. Because best believe this generation that we live in right now, they're throwing a whole bunch of programs at us to make us content with negative energies. Make us content with not striving for more. Yeah, my feet was toe up from the flow up. My shit is Gucci now. I used to think my shit was going to stay like that. As soon as I stopped playing basketball, as soon as I graduated, I stopped playing basketball. I started resting my body some more and shit. Because I was an old man my last years playing basketball. Fucked up back, fucked up knee. I was like, damn, them bunions going down now. That black toenail getting a little lighter now. I think that motherfucker was lacking some oxygen out like a motherfucker. Now in the summertime, you never gonna see me outside with sandals, with some slides and some socks on. Nigga, I let my shit breeze. You finna see my Johns. I just got my Johns did and all that. You feel me? I told the Asian lady, make sure she extra scrub that shit in the bottom, get that dead skin off, all that. Look at my motherfuckers. Look at them bitches glossing. You know? Be proud of your vessel. So this is just an example. These are just examples dealing with, big toes lacking oxygen. These are just examples of how that chart ruler, that you got to know, you got to be intact with that energy. And whatever house the chart ruler is in, this is going to be a strong energy in your personal life. So Scorpio rising, you got to know what house you got Mars in. A lot of shit going on with your personal life going on in that house. Libra rising, you got to know what house Venus is in. A lot of shit going on in that house with your personal life. So Scorpio rising, you know, when it comes to Jupiter in the 6th house, so Aries in the 6th house, you're going to be real determined to take control over your fucking schedule and regimen. That's why I fuck with Aries in the 6th house. You ain't going to get into no workspace that you don't resonate with and allow yourself to stay content there. Scorpio rising, they may stay at a place for a long time, but that whole time that they're there, they was just scheming on how the fuck they finna transition into something that aligns with the individuality when it comes to the workplace. Because wherever Scorpio and Aries at, and Mars is at, we finna try to get control as much as possible in that shit. We do not, Mars don't like nobody forcing it to do other shit there, you know. So that's how that plays out with Aries being in that house. But now that Jupiter's transiting here, this is the time to be more wise with your sense of wellness, how you take care of yourself, your mental health. See, the thing about Jupiter in this house, this is another house Jupiter don't like to be in. This is a Virgo house. You know, so this is a square to the 9th house. So Jupiter don't fuck with this house because Jupiter feel like it gets restricted into patterns and routine in this house, and that's Jupiter's hate that word, routine, pattern. It's free spirited. It wants to explore. So when Jupiter's in this house, this is why I said in the previous live, a lot of Scorpio rising, you finna see the transition, and you finna make a transformation over the course of this year when it comes into the workplace, when it comes to how you routine and schedule things in your life, when it comes into if you feel like you're in a workplace that is a form of restriction, right? Or if you've been holding yourself back for whatever reason and you've been reluctant to add things into your schedule that you want to build, that you want to work on in order to transition in the workspace, these are things that, you know, you're going to feel a strong impulsive nature to jump into, and Jupiter is going to be forcing you to. Jupiter is going to be forcing you to experience and create new opportunities for yourself in the 6th house. All right. And the exaggeration may come out the workplace. So like I was saying, your boss might be an extra dickhead around this time. Your coworkers might be extra annoying around this time if your time has been expired in the 6th house, because Jupiter will use these individuals to force you the fuck out of here. And take this into account with anything in life, y'all. Whenever you're feeling forced into something, you most likely are being too attached or you're too content with something. This is why people that are able to just flow with life and allow God to show them the path is like, God, I know I want this. I know I want to manifest this, but I'm not going to hold on to the way I want to do it. I'm going to initiate this first way of doing it. I'm going to plan it. I'm going to start, you know, trying to organize how I'm going to do it on stage 1. But the way that when you're trying to take me to stage 2 and stage 3 and trying to show me, you know, where to walk, I'm open for you to direct me. When you embrace that type of energy in life, you know how much you prevent in your life. You know how much catastrophic, chaotic, extreme moments you'll prevent. Now, we all have Saturn returns. We all have dark Lilith ages in our life. We all have, we're going to run into some extreme moments here and there. It's life. It is what the fuck it is. But once you develop these qualities about yourself in life, guys, life is a lot more less stressful. Life is extremely less stressful when you allow God, when you allow the universe to show you the direction instead of holding on how you want to do something. You know, a wise man once said, if you was able to see your path before you walk it, you probably wouldn't want to walk it. You know, that's real nigga shit. So, right now with Jupiter in the 6th house, this is like kind of what you're going through right now, Scorpio rising. If you know, some of y'all may be tired of working here, tired of working there, tired of this routine and schedule. Jupiter finna make you extremely more tired. Jupiter's finna cause way more of an extreme situation, so you can finally put an end to that cycle of stressing yourself with this environment, and you can start to embark on things that you truly want to work on. You know, so you can start to create the schedule that truly resonates with what you believe in. Okay, mind you, Scorpio rising, a lot of time you got Aries in here, so you might, well, it depends, because your Mars might have certain harsh aspects, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, with Aries in the, what if you're a Scorpio rising with Jupiter and Saturn in the 7th house? So what I'm talking about now with Jupiter in that house is what you experience in your personal life. So you're gonna naturally have you may start developing a lot of knowledge and wisdom when it comes to wellness, when it comes to health. You may have studied health. You may have had aspirations to be in the health industry, whether it's from a holistic way, or you went to school for pharmacy or to be a medical doctor. You know, these might be things that you're studious about. But you may always feel like you're bombarded by certain forms of routines and patterns. You may have hated the schedule, your school schedule. You may have liked what you were doing in school, but you hated the way the schedule was set up. Things dealing with scheduling and routine could always find some frustrations for Jupiter in the 6th house. But you have Saturn in, you said Saturn in the 7th. I thought you said Saturn in the 6th. Oh, my bad, my bad. I thought you said Jupiter and Saturn in the 7th house. DM me that. I'll answer in the DMs. So when you have Jupiter in the 6th house, when it comes to the knowledge and wisdom and the awareness that you have when it comes to taking care of yourself, karma is quick right now if you're not applying that. So if you know you be eating too much red meat and you constipated and you don't be fucking cleansing the right way, I don't want my beloved Scorpio risings to be dealing with no extreme health issues right now, because you know better. If you know better, let's do better here. If you don't know better, you're gonna manifest situations to understand and connect more to things dealing with fasting, detoxing, cleansing, having more of a cleaner diet. Okay? And I'm not an extremist in any way, so whether you feel like being a vegetarian, a vegan, a conscious eater, whatever you call it, just make sure you're doing what you know your body is calling you to deal with. And regardless of what you're dieting, you should always be incorporating some level of fasting and detoxing and cleansing into your life in some type of shape or form. Our body has natural detox processes, has a natural sewer system with the lymphatic system, but sometimes we get in the way of our body's natural way of cleansing itself. So when we do that, we start getting signs and picking up all different type of physical ailments. When you pick up on these things, this is your body crying out for love. This is your body crying out for you right now. No Mario. And you got to make sure you listen to that. So Jupiter in the 6th house, Scorpio risings, this ain't the time to play with that. You know, this ain't the time to play. Make sure you taking care of yourself, all right? And make sure you allowing yourself to experiment and explore with the things you want to work on in your 6th house before you create an extreme moment that's forcing you to do it with your back against the wall, when you could just be dividing some of your time right now towards building up what you got to build up while working the job that you work at now. We don't have to be impulsive. And that's the thing. Jupiter may manifest an exaggerated situation here where you just say, man, fuck y'all niggas, balls suck my dick. You motherfuckers, matter of fact, everybody, I hope y'all know, the manager's fucking, Jessica. I don't give a fuck. Robert been stealing money out the cashier for the past 6 months. Fuck all you niggas. See, Jupiter gonna end up making you do that shit in the 6th house. Now you got 3 niggas calling you later tonight like, hey, motherfucker, I hope you know I got fired today. And I got kids to feed, nigga. So just know when I see that ass, now you got ops. Now you got all type of ops. And you got Aries in the 6th house. That's a common thing. You deal with competitive ass energies in the work field. You gonna deal with some competitive ass energies in the work field. You gonna deal with a boss or a manager taking advantage of you from time to time. You're going to deal with coming to work being the one that has the most energy and the most vitality and the durability to do things, and then your boss start throwing extra loads of work on you. It's like, nigga, is you paying me more for this shit? Like, I mean, you know, I just thought, you know, you ain't got no kids. Everybody couldn't really pick up the extra shift. I thought, you young. Why bosses and managers try to throw that shit at you? You know, you young, you 25, you strong. You can stay an extra hour. Nigga, I'm depressed. Nigga, I have mental health issues. Let me go the fuck home, bitch. So, this is what Scorpios go through on the daily period with Aries in the 6th house. So, Jupiter finna is trying to break you free from all of that shit. Transit in the 6th house. You finna develop a whole new evolved perspective of how to gain more control in this house without having to be impulsive. We don't want to be impulsive and exaggerate shit in this house because we don't want that karma. Alright? End up catching a case because you whoop your boss ass with Jupiter transiting in the 6th house right now. Alright? So, but yes, your forms of wellness, you got to be more wise with that. Yeah, and you know, long story short, Jupiter just don't like the sense of being in the expired routine and the expired having a whole bunch of pattern in your life that's holding you back from experiencing and exploring. Okay, so allow Jupiter to give you the answers and aid you in that way. Libra risings, Jupiter in the 7th house. So You know, you just having Aries in the 7th house. You know, you Libra rising, y'all be having motherfucking controlling partners at times. Relationships be intense, be passionate and shit. Motherfuckers be fucking the shit out of you. Aries in the 7th house. Motherfuckers trying to manipulate you through sex. You can't even think straight. You pussy whipped like a motherfucker. Or you dickmatized in some type of shape or form. Aries in the 7th house, all your relationships. They just be putting it on your ass. And now your Libra rising head ass, you just giving up everything in the 1st house to your partner. You letting your partner control you. You letting your partner control you at this point. Your friends can't even say nothing to you because they know you ain't blind. Love is blind. And it ain't on your mind. No, in this case, it ain't blind. You know what the fuck you doing, Libra rising. You know what's keeping you in this goddamn relationship. And Libra risings will develop this. Libra risings, because the 7th house is not only the traits that you attract in partners and the energies that's strong in relationships, friendships, and business partnerships in your life. It's the traits that you be playing out in relationships as well. So Libra risers they'll get in their opposite energy and be like, you know what? I'm gonna use my Venus energy to manipulate this motherfucker. They think they finna manipulate me? Or you'll come out of a relationship being manipulated or some shit, and now you don't understand how you picked up them traits from your toxic ex, and now you throwing that on a new person. Oh yeah, the shit get deep with that Libra Aries axis when it's in the 1st 7th house. It get deep. Especially because Libra risings, a lot of y'all came down here to build your self-identity this lifetime. So when you get into the relationships, Aries, that house has a lot to teach you when it comes to that. You know, you see the I am in your partner to the point when you get out that relationship, you start realizing like, damn, motherfuckers, there's actually positive times to be selfish. Like, you start realizing that shit as a Libra rising, like, that shit ain't a bad thing. You gotta be selfish sometimes. Start realizing that shit, Aries in the 7th house. Alright? But yeah, very passionate, intense relationships. You know? Could be extreme relationships. You know, big highs, low lows, hard to find the medium at times as a Libra rising. So, with Jupiter transiting here, okay, for one, there's going to be a new overstanding developed when it comes to your partner, when it comes to your relationship life, when it comes to your relationship tendencies. You are being placed to learn about yourself through relationships right now. You're going to be learning a whole bunch. You're going to be pushed to, okay, if you're dating somebody, if you're in a relationship right now with Jupiter and it's transiting your 7th house as a Libra rising, if you're in a relationship and you really want to make it work with this person, you are going to be forced to see to learn this person for real, because we are very selfish in relationships a lot of the time. We just want to have our motherfucking itch scratched a lot of the time. You know, what makes a healthy relationship for people that are in relationships, it is the 7th is dealing with some compromise from time to time. You know, there's gonna be days that you ain't got it, your partner, but you can lean on your partner to pick you up. And there's gonna be days your partner ain't got it, and you got to be able to, be a shoulder for them to lean on, regardless of the roles in a relationship. Regardless of the roles, that has to be a theme in your relationship. If you can't lean on your partner on your worst days, and they can't lean on you on your worst days, what the fuck is y'all even with each other that long for? The moment you realize that was the moment that relationship, that experience expired. Should have expired at least. But like I said, Aries in the 7th house, sometimes shit be way too passionate and intense to just leave the shit like that. Motherfucking Libra risers be knowing that the sex is putting them in a trance and they stay in that motherfucker. You feel me? Or it's just a strong gravitation. Aries in here, so this will just be a strong gravitational pull, with the people that you date at times. But yeah, Jupiter's finna build a huge understanding in this lifetime, and it's gonna attract a lot of situations for you to build understanding and learning the love language with your partner, and understanding how you bring certain things about understanding tendencies that you play out in your relationship, so Jupiter can continue to keep this relationship optimistic, lively, fulfilling. You know, there can be some exaggerated situations with your partner right now. So this is a time right now that you got to make sure, when it comes to business partnerships, your relationships, and your friendships, that you try not to blow things out of proportion, and you may be on the receiving end. Your partner might be projecting on you. You the one that's spiritually inclined. I don't expect the average person to know how to deal with setting boundaries and this, that, and the third. You the one on this live right now. You the one knowing you got Jupiter transit in the 7th house. You the one that's spiritually inclined, and you are able to see somebody project on you and move and shift it instead of combat it and meet it with friction. You the one that, with great power come great responsibility. Don't think because you have, why you think life be like this for the chosen ones? Why you think we go through all these motherfucking tower moments and deep ass shit with shadow work when you spiritually inclined? Because you are more powerful having this awareness that the average person doesn't have, that the average person looks down upon, that the average person makes fun of. Oh, you got crystals, or oh, you be into astrology? I can't deal with another chick that's into astrology. That's a big red flag for me. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I know what the fuck I know. You still watch the news and cry when you see what's going on TV. You teaching your kids Santa Claus is a real person, but I'm the bugged out one. You out here waving American flags during Independence Day and shit and Memorial Day and shit, but I'm the bugged out person. So Jupiter in that 7th house, yeah, all type of new experiences for expansion within your relationships. And if you're single, Jupiter finna open some floodgates right now. If you single, just because everything with Jupiter is exploration, experimentation, adventure, expansion, Jupiter finna open the floodgates. So you may feel like it's too many options at once right now. Have some discernment with what you're doing, because relationship karma is moving a little different for you right now with Jupiter in the 7th house. Right. Santa ain't do shit. Santa did not work these extra shifts to get these motherfucking UGG books. Alright? You gonna know who the fuck the Santa is in this house. This whole week you calling me Santa. It ain't Daddy, it's Santa. Your kid's gonna be going to school like shit. I was chilling with Santa all weekend. Who said you really know Santa? Yeah, my daddy. My daddy said, you lying, your daddy ain't Santa. That's how kids in the hood be talking. You lying, you bullshit. Bring him to the game then. Shit, can your daddy buy me? Can your son? If you know Santa, tell him to cop me some new Jordans next year. My mom got me these bullshit ass school supplies for Christmas. The fuck I'm supposed to do with this? Motherfuckers in 5th grade be having potty mouths in New York. But that's Jupiter in the 7th house, Libra risings. If you're single, there's going to be a lot of new options. There's going to be a lot of new experiences to connect your energy, not just on an intimate level from people that you're, getting closer to tribe, to soul tribe. Give me one more second, y'all. Jupiter in the 7th house. If you're single, yeah, you just gotta be disciplined. Don't be jumping on all your options. You motherfucker end up, you a Libra rising too. You know you flirtatious. You end up flirting with 3 different people. Accidentally scheduling a date for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Going to the same spot too. You're not even being clever and mixing it up. You go on one day on Friday, the bartender's like, hey, what's up, this and that. You go to the next day on Saturday with the same person, the bartender's like, hey, yesterday you like, yeah, let me get a Hennessy and rocks. Cutting the bartender off. Like, Sunday the bartender catch on. He's like, okay, Hennessy and a rocks, yeah, I know. All right. What you gonna have, brother? At least switch it up, Libra rising. If you're going to have 3 dates throughout the weekend, can we at least switch the spots up? Go to Dykeman on Friday. Go for a walk in Central Park on Saturday afternoon. And shit, on Sunday, I don't know, take their ass to the movies or something. You can't be bringing them all to the same spot. Like, come on. You gotta be moving more tact right now, Libra rising. You're gonna get caught up. It's the air signs be getting caught up. I'm caught up. Got me feeling, girl. Caught up. Don't know what it is. So you gotta be careful right now. Alright. And whether you're in a relationship or you're single with Jupiter transiting 7th house Libra risings, once again, you finna understand some shit about yourself, how you be acting in relationships. Jupiter is optimistic, so Jupiter is not. If Jupiter is seeing that you have some wounds and some insecurities and some traumas that you bring into your relationship that be fucking shit up in relationships when it's good opportunities to connect and build with somebody, Jupiter's gonna force you to acknowledge this. You know? This is why when I see motherfuckers having ignorant ass outlooks on relationships and they got the nerve to get on social media need to start giving out niggas licenses to express themselves. I swear to God, some people don't deserve a platform. But you know, when people have some ignorant ass outlooks on things dealing with relationships, this the type of transit that's gonna shake their world up. I was talking to this female the other day. She telling me she's finna get a sugar daddy that she could just she ain't gonna do nothing with. I said, good luck. She's like, no, there's girls out here, they just chilling with them, they just want quality time. I said, all right, good luck. Good luck. I don't know how much city girls you paying attention to. I don't know who's telling you what, but sugar daddy finna get some sugar. Might be some rare occurrences here and there, but whatever negative ass outlooks you have on things dealing with relationships, Jupiter finna shake your world up. So if you got Jupiter transiting 7th house of the Libra rising and you're not open to evolving with your relationship energies, if you're not open to looking in the mirror right now when it comes into your relationship tendencies, this is how we're gonna manifest some extreme situations and relationships right now. This is how you're gonna manifest somebody that you love, somebody that you've seen a lot of potential dealing with, leave your ass right now because it's so hard for you to look in the mirror sometimes. This is the time where a lot of you guys might leave relationships because as a Libra rising, you might feel like this person is taking advantage of you way too much, which can happen a lot with Aries in the 7th house. Possessive partners, controlling ass partners. You out with your friends, like where you at? You feel me? This, that, and the third. How long is this transit? Jupiter stays in the sign for a year, so Jupiter entered Aries, what, a couple of months ago? Let me see when it entered Aries. Because it should be around the time that it entered Aries this year, next year. Yeah, so around it's gonna enter Taurus sometime in like the first quarter of next year. We're only a couple months in right now. So we dealing with this energy for the rest of the year. Yep. So, what was I saying? Jupiter in the 7th house? Yeah. These are the things that will fuck up relationships right now, Libra risings. Or, excuse me, these are the things that will create extreme moments right now with Jupiter in the 7th house because you're allowing yourself to stay in a relationship where you're obviously being manipulated, controlled, or taken advantage of. Or, you have somebody that's willing to compromise with you. What's going on, Aphrodisiac? You have somebody that's willing to compromise with you, willing to work with you, but they're frustrated because they're dealing with somebody that can't look in the mirror. That's very frustrating. That is relationships. I hate love. Love ain't shit. And I really mean that when I say that. That's not even a joke. We don't have a esoteric understanding of love. In higher realms, love is looked at as an evil thing. Too much love kills you sometimes. Too much love's got too much not having a deep understanding of love got people in jail, got people dead. You know? So when you have a lack of understanding with how you exchange, connect love, show too much love, we'll see if you don't get taken advantage of. There's not one. It sounds very cliche when we say, now, because I say this doesn't mean to neglect love, to not love. Don't we naturally love? Don't we all have loved ones? Don't we all naturally love our parents? Don't we all naturally, have people in our life that we love? Yes, I'm not saying to stop loving them. But love is a fucking bitch. It's a bitch ass nigga. It's a bitch ass nigga. When you don't have esoteric understanding of how to utilize it, when to give it, when to make sure it should be reciprocated, when it's allowed, when it's used to take advantage of you. Love is some shit. So when we say cliche shit like all the world need is love, yeah, this is why a lot of the masses are taking advantage of a lot of the time. Saying shit like that. All the world needed some love. No. You don't subconsciously understand how sometimes we need to go to fucking war. Sometimes you need to put death to shit. Sometimes you need to kill some shit. Fuck all that extra love shit. Love don't heal everything. You got to know how to jump into different energies. You need to learn how to jump into dark energies to match dark energy at some times. Go ahead and match dark energy with love and see if you don't lose every time. See if a motherfucker don't take advantage of you every time. See, this is a little hard concept for people to grasp. So, you don't put yourself in situations to just love anybody. This is why you need to make sure when you connect with individuals, it's done with all the discernment in the world. So a lot of people get into some crazy situations because you started some shit not understanding what you started. Now somebody loved the fuck out of you and you don't really care for them like that because you connected to them for some other reasons. See what love do in your life in that type of situation. I'm a Venus and Libra, so I know what I'm talking about. A lot of our most important lessons come with things dealing with relationships and love. All right? So, right. Karima, you're right. You're right. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not just saying throw the whole love frequency vibration out the window. But there's a balance to everything. If we finna love anything, we finna self-love like a motherfucker. So it helps create more influences to build healthy boundaries. So you don't take no shorts with love externally. When you don't take no shorts with love with yourself, it's impossible for people to come into your life and feel like they could play with you. They could play with how they value you. They won't see the second date. They won't make the second link. That relationship won't go on for that long. Once I start realizing like, okay, this was a front. I care about my well-being way too much. I've developed this sense of self-love. I've been working on my self-love way too much. I've been disciplining the fuck out of myself because I love myself. I've been making sacrifices to be better in my life because I love myself. And you think I'm gonna just walk into this relationship and let you take advantage of me? Let you try to use love to manipulate me? Yeah, all right. Facts, I'm Gold Matrix. You gotta be intentional with how you deal with that love frequency vibration. It ain't no game. It ain't no motherfucking game. So love is a bitch. I really can't stand that motherfucker. You feel me? I might be alright without that shit on an intimate level for the rest of my life. I'm gonna keep it all stacked with you. I don't think I signed contracts for that shit in my life. I have my couple of experiences with that shit. That's what the fuck it's gonna be. I'm good. That's it. I'm living. I want to live my my solo dolo guru life. This experience. Maybe the next experience or something. I don't know. But I'm good off that shit right now. So Libra risings. You finna learn about the love frequency vibration with Jupiter transit the 7th house. You finna gain a higher perspective on how to deal with relationships and love and connecting your emotions and boundaries and relationships and your self-sabotaging ways. And you finna learn all of this with Jupiter in the 7th house. Virgo risings. Jupiter transiting the 6th house. Jupiter transiting the 8th house. When Jupiter comes into the 8th house, this is a real strong period for the Virgo rising, because the 8th house is where we hold the demons at, is where we hold a lot of our insecurities at, is where we you know, a lot of our wounds, our traumas and things we're constantly transforming. Okay, so when Jupiter comes into this house, this whole year is a huge influence. Obviously, when planets travel the 8th house, it's always going to trigger shadow work, but it depends on how it's going to happen and manifest depending on the planet there. With Jupiter there, you know, Jupiter, once again, optimistic energy, expands, uplifts. So for Virgo risings, this is a period where you're going to be able to lift a lot of emotional burdens, a lot of things that's heavy on the heart, a lot of, you know, trauma you may have been holding on to. You may not have really had the knowledge to understand how to transform this shit, how to transmute this abusive experience you experienced when you was younger, traumatic experiences that you experienced, you know, certain wounds that you have and whatnot. You might not have even known what to connect to uplift that shit. Jupiter in the 8th house is gonna show you the way. You're gonna start manifesting different teachers in your life, different people to pay attention to, manifest certain relationships or see examples of certain relationships to understand how to have more of a positive approach towards the things that you've experienced that was heavy on you, to uplift these things and start transmuting this energy. So Jupiter in the 8th house, I like that placement, especially in the natal. You can never underestimate these people, Jupiter in the 8th house. You can never underestimate that people with Jupiter in the 8th house, because you never know what they know. You never know what they know. Everything in the 8th house is hidden. So somebody got Jupiter in the 8th house, they'll be in a room full of a bunch of people talking about spirituality, you know, talking about motherfucking astrology and shit. Whole time you a whole sorcerer. Whole time you in there, you just finished talking to your ancestors in the altar before you came into function, and you just peeping game like, oh word, yeah, you know. Yeah, I be fucking with that. Sometimes I be watching, I be watching that shit from time to time and shit. Yeah. Just listening to what everybody else talking about. You the most witchiest motherfucker alive. But they won't know that Jupiter in the 8th house. They won't know that until somebody intimately connect with you a lot of the time. Unless you got like the sun harmonizing with the Jupiter in some type of way, and you feel the need to express it, or Mercury. But even still, Jupiter in the 8th house, you don't be really knowing what these motherfuckers be knowing. And with Jupiter in the 8th house, the 8th house is dealing with, you know, the occult, spirituality. You know, this is definitely a time where Virgo risings, you're going to start connecting to things in a more spiritual manner in order to understand how to heal and uplift energies. There may be a lot of opportunities to enhance finances here right now. You know, so it may be a lot of money opportunities. Majority, 80% of the time, it may deal with connecting with others, or connecting with somebody that, you know, or building with somebody that you're connected to at times with Jupiter in the 8th house. But that's definitely going to bring some opportunities for that. A lot of you guys may be receiving that settlement, or that some money that you've been waiting for or has been owed to you. That may come while Jupiter is in the 8th house. Yes, Jupiter is just finna uplift a whole lot of things dealing with, you know, your shadow and insecurities, and it's gonna show you how to have more, you know. Okay, this is what I said in the previous live. This actually goes for the 7th and the 8th house. So this actually goes for Libra risings and Scorpio risings. You may have went through, this applies for both of y'all. You may have went through like a crazy breakup with somebody like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, you know, but you never been in love like that before. That was your first and only experience in loving somebody like that before or something. The first time getting out of character because bitch ass, you was dealing with that bitch ass love, frequency, vibration and shit. So, you know, y'all got Sun conjunct Jupiters, y'all. Y'all know I'm going to exaggerate things myself, but, you know, let's say, you know, whatever. You went through a traumatic, very impactful situation. What's going on, Kendi? Let's say you're going on with a impactful situation with relationship and you still holding on to a lot of things with the relationship and whatnot. This going to be the year, even if that relationship was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. This going to be the year if you got Jupiter transit in the 7th house, Libra risings, or Jupiter transit in the 8th house, Scorpio risings. Virgo risings, that you're going to start downloading so much about that relationship. You're going to start not even being mad at the person that did you dirty anymore because you realize that universe was using this person to teach you things. Like, you finna download like a motherfucker when it comes to relationship trauma and wounds. And relationships of all sorts, you know, not just intimate partners. You know, your parents may have hurt you in a different way. You know, your relatives, your friends, a close friend may have hurt you in a certain way. And Jupiter is gonna bring the meaning to these situations. You know, so when we're talking about the 8th house, anything that's a form of a wound, that's traumatic, Virgo risings, that shit finna be uplifted. Anything that you feel when it comes to Virgo risings that have a deep passion and a goal for something that you've been feeling heavy on. You know, you've been feeling heavy on it, but you've been keeping it in the dark. Jupiter's finna bring that to the surface. It's gonna help you just break free from expressing that or being active with these things. And you'll manifest people who relate to it too, with Jupiter in the 8th house. Now the thing here is, we gotta talk about the exaggeration factor. The 8th house deal with your desires and sex. Jupiter gonna bring experiences wherever it's at, but also is bringing quick karma right now. So, with Jupiter transiting this 8th house, there's gonna be situations where Jupiter transiting the 8th house. There's gonna be situations where you're gonna have to be disciplined. You're gonna have to be disciplined with how you deal with your sexual energies and how you deal with exchanging intimacy with others. You're gonna have access to doing these things probably more than usual, but at the same time, a part of you, because Jupiter's in a water house, and Jupiter in a water house is trying to push you to understand the subconscious. So you may not even, who's this? This is the Earth risings, right? Yeah, Virgo rising. So my Earth risings, this may push you into isolation because, like I said, y'all not really gonna want to be bombarded with energies when Jupiter is trying to dig in the subconscious. It's trying to uplift insecurities. It's trying to get you to connect to things to help you with spiritual expansion. You know, these are going to be things that's going to make you want to be isolated in the first place. So you could use that to help you build more discernment. And there's going to be huge red flags anyways when it comes to exchanging your energy with people. So you got to be able to pick up on that intuitively, because the influence is going to be strong. You know, with Jupiter trans in the 8th house, when you about to do some slimy shit for some finances, or you allowing your bros that's into scamming and shit get you into some shit because you feel like you really need to hit a lick around this time, or you've been abstaining from sex and you just losing your fucking mind, you going blind, you're fucking can't feel your pinky toe no more, you just losing it. If you just jump into exchanging your energy with people sexually, you're gonna be, you have potential right now to manifest an extreme moment that teaches you this is why you shouldn't be exchanging your energy like this. This is why you don't just jump into sexual acts or intimately share exchange energy without thinking about what the fuck you doing, without building a rapport. The potential to experience transformation in the 8th house is very high. All right, y'all. So I need my Virgo risings to be careful. I need my Virgo risings to be careful right now with Jupiter transiting this 8th house. You're being pushed to uplift insecurities. You're being pushed to uplift, you know, dark energies and things you may have as a burden. We're not here to create more karma. You could do a great deal of healing right now. You could bring a great deal of understanding right now when it comes to you know, how you deal with your subconscious. That's a very deep placement. Jupiter in Cancer in the 8th house, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So you incarnated with a lot of emotional intelligence, and your karma is kind of set up the way I'm talking about it now, because Jupiter in Cancer already has strong ass intuition when it comes to understanding the subconscious. So you read people's intentions. People's intentions so well. When people are not being transparent with you with Jupiter in Cancer and shit, you read through that shit. So you got it in the 8th house that deals with the subconscious, reading between the lines, the behind the scenes energy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You a beast in that area. You a beast in that area. But family karma could be a little heavy. You may have a turbulent relationship with the mother, and you're the one that has to constantly be the bigger person to help heal the relationship between your mother, you know, or family in a sense. You know, so yeah, that placement gets deep there. But yeah, Virgo risings. It could be a lot of I think this was the this was the placement I said in the previous Stella. This is the placement I said in my previous reading, that a lot of people that ain't into spirituality finna go through, they finna experience what a spiritual awakening is with this transit. They shit finna happen this year. They finna say, all right, let me watch this astrology video with you. All right, let me go ahead and watch this spiritual video with you. Life gonna change. That's gonna be the day. That's gonna be the day life changes for a motherfucker with Jupiter transit in the 8th house. Yeah. You may even start studying things about sex some more. You know, you may start understanding things about, you know, understanding things about spiritually cleansing, because, you know, you still got people's spirits on you, people energy on you from your past recent sexual exchanges. It's one thing when you're exchanging with somebody in a harmonious perspective, you know. But when you just out here doing it from a surface level perspective, just know, you know, you got some energies up on you, and you got to learn how to rid that. You got to know how to cleanse that. Sometimes it comes through celibacy. Sometimes it comes through, you know, you get into some ritual work, you know. But anything that you fast from will always be a detox process. So if you fast from sex, that's how you'll clear all type of energies on you from people that you sexually experience with on a surface level. That's how you'll get them energies off of you. If you fast from food, this is how you'll get toxins out your body and allow the lymphatic system and the different parts of your bodies that detox to be able to do their thing. You know, anything you fast from, anything you detach from is a form of healing on its own. Okay, so that's just not to deal with food and whatnot. That's anything. That's anything. You get out of a traumatic ass relationship and you know you feel like you need a rebound, this, that, and the third. We just adding more into our plate without even realizing it. We just fucking up the fucking healing process, or stagnating the healing process more than we even know it. And okay, with the 8th house also dealing with desires, exaggeration factor. Yes, well, the exaggeration factor was a lot of the sex shit. But, you know, 8th house deal with your desires. So right now, don't feel like you need to do some extra shit to make some money, because you will hit up your drug dealer friend like, hey man, how much you give me for a zip? You don't know nothing about selling weed. You don't know a damn thing about selling weed. You're like, all right, how you do this? Motherfucking looking at you like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, nigga, put me on, nigga. Hurting out here. Hurting. So don't be getting into no extreme shit Don't be doing no extreme shit to make some money right now. It ain't gonna. Be careful right now. Be careful. You might be able to learn quick. I ain't gonna lie. You might be able to learn quick. Jupiter transit in your 8th house. You might be able to learn how to do some crime quick. Cause there's some placements you can have that deal with. That's a separate live we gonna do one day. I don't even know if my God's gonna let me, if my spiritual family gonna even let me talk about that. That's some shit solely just to point out in people readings and shit, just to let them know. The moment you give some information out like that, oh man, there's all type of blood that's gonna end up in your hands. You can't be delivering that message in the wrong way neither. Some of y'all got some placements that y'all get away with crime very well. Some of y'all got some placements that y'all ain't never gonna get caught cheating. Be married 10 years. But you got 3 different side pieces. Don't never get caught. Come home like, hey baby, how you doing? How's the kids? You're a 10-year cheater. You ain't never getting caught. So it's deep. It's deep. It's deep. But Jupiter in the 8th house can draw you to that world. It can draw you to be like, man, I don't even need to sell weed for that long. That's how it start. That's how it start. I don't even need to be doing this for this long. I just need about 3 months. I'm gonna just trap for the summer. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I just need 10K. That's it. Just need about 10, 20K. That's it. Get up on my feet. That shit turned into a whole nother situation. Your ass get robbed. Now you owe the plug money. Now you owe the plug money. Now you asking your cousin for a gun because you got to get your get back. Now look at all the extra shit. Look at all the transformation you're dealing with in the 8th house because your desires to manifest some shit, you took it way too far. You took it way too fucking far. Virgo risings. Way too fucking far. So you got to be careful of that right now, Virgo risings. Take your time. Like you know how to do. Take your time investing in what you truly value. You know? Now, if you got a little cousin, you got a cousin in the family that know how to do some things like, yo, cuz, I need to get right real quick, you know? Jupiter in the 8th house is definitely gonna make you call that scammer cousin right now. But look, I'm not even trying to bother you, bro. It's just that. I'm not even trying to bother you. Just, look, I don't even need to do it with you. Just teach me how you do it. Just teach me how you do it real quick. You turned into wanting to sell weed, scam for 3 months. Now your ass 2 years in, can't stop. You got ops. You on the run. You got warrants. But the lifestyle just keep calling you, huh? Thought you was gonna do that shit temporary, huh? So Jupiter get a little tricky here, but it's powerful. It's powerful, you know. And it's definitely going to push you to being more hands-on dealing with the occult, especially if you're spiritually inclined. So for the average person, a lot of them finna get spiritually awakened right now. For somebody that's already spiritually inclined, you finna be forced. With great power come great responsibility. With more awareness, you know, you're going to be called to act more. So, you know, with this alignment, you're going to manifest situations where, you know, once again, everything you know about spirituality, things you know about rituals, like before you call your cousin scammer, why don't you try that money ritual first? Why don't you go light that money candle first? Get your meditation on. We got to learn how to use spirituality to help us align with abundance to manipulate the physical realm. This realm is manipulatable. I don't know if that's a word, but we can constantly manipulate this physical realm. It's just that it's designed. This realm is an oxymoron. It's like it's designed for us to think that we can't manipulate it. This physical realm ain't got shit on spiritual shit. This shit ain't got shit on no spiritual shit. If you on your spiritual shit, you laugh at what you could manipulate and change around in the physical realm. You know? So, that's what I need my Virgo risings to understand right now. And yeah, that's my Virgo rising. That's my Virgo risings, man. That's my Virgo rising. We uplift the insecurities. We having a healing spirit summer. All right. Be conscious of how you deal with your desires. There's going to be opportunities to enhance your finances, especially through collaborative efforts. You're going to be compelled. You're going to be pushed to circulate some of your knowledge and wisdom at times. You know, there's a lot of shadow work going on. The dark world will be calling your name. You know, aka the demons in you, they're going to be called to be uplifted. And, you know, the demons in the physical realm will be around you. Have some discernment who you connecting with. Okay? I don't need to hear about none of my Virgo risings in a transformative ass situation because they connected with the wrong person. You will catch an STD right now with Jupiter in the 8th house. You will. That will happen. This ain't no fucking game. Leo risings. I'm trying to chew this gum to kind of kill my appetite right now. Leo risings. Wait, I'm right. Yeah, Leo risings. Scorpio. I'm all over the place. Excuse me, y'all. Leo risings. Aries in the 9th house. All right. Back to the fire houses. Leo risings. You on some other shit right now. You got Jupiter in the 9th house. You got Jupiter in the 9th house, Leo risings. You got Jupiter at home. It's time to get busy. It's time to spiritually expand. It's time to get the fuck up out. It's time to explore shit beyond what you already been, with the current lifestyle you have. Jupiter in the 9th house finna expand on all of that shit. See, the 9th house deal with higher learning, education, philosophy, spirituality, adventure, exploration, your experiences overall. So when you got Jupiter transit in the 9th house, we got time for vacations. We gonna have time to manifest some opportunities to experience some shit that we've been had on the bucket list. Jupiter gonna hold it down in that way. We finna scratch some shit off the bucket list that you've been wanting to do from an experience exploration type of perspective this year. Alright? Now, I don't know what aspects you have hitting your 9th house and shit. So make sure that you're not being self-sabotaging yourself or acting like because of whatever responsibilities or obligations you have. Cammy, what's going on, Cammy? I hope you checked your email. I hope you're not dealing with situations where you're actually restricting yourself when Jupiter's like, yo, come on, this exploration time. It's time to adventure new things. This is time to, we ain't trying to make that excuse that you can't go on that vacation. You can. We can. Look at your savings. Look at your finances. Look at how much PTO you got. Nah, let's do that. Let's explore that. You know, Jupiter don't play in the 9th house. So it's going to be some spiritual expansion. There's going to be some expansion in the physical realm. Okay? What new things that you explore. This could be new relationship experiences. This could be you moving right now. This could be, a lot of you guys may, if you have this alignment and you have to like you get an opportunity to transfer to like move somewhere else because you gotta, like your boss is telling you like, hey man, you done such a great job here, boom, boom, boom. There's a promotion and they want you to move to California though. Jump. Go do that shit. Go do that. Jupiter brought that to you. So there's a whole bunch of new things for you to experience in that area. Alright? You will be called though, with great power come great responsibility right now. So when it comes to any form of experience you have with anything, when it comes to anything you got wisdom about, especially with Aries in the 9th house, you guys are going to be placed in a lot of experiences to develop your own individual belief system. Leo risings. This is why a lot of y'all is really passionate about what you're spiritually into. This is why a lot of y'all go to war. Y'all will fight people over a spiritual debate. Like, you know what? Hold on. You ain't finna talk about my God. You ain't finna talk about my God like that. You throw your shits up over God, Leo risings, or anything that they strongly believe in. Don't let them have planets in Aries and be a Leo rising. Don't let them have planets in Aries and you said something about their God. You said something about something they really believe in. It might not be that easy for them to be the bigger person in that sense. Because Aries go to war for a lot of people become real martyrs for their form of spirituality. These is motherfuckers that will die for Allah. They will say that prayer and tell Allah, like, if this is my time to go into the next, if this is my time to go into the next lifetime after this experience, after we go to war on these niggas that's trying to that ain't giving us our religious freedom in this country. If I gotta put my body on the line right now, God, if this the way I gotta go out, fuck it. But they gonna respect our spiritual beliefs here. We finna go to war for that shit here. We finna be martyrs here. So Aries ain't no fucking game in the 9th house, and this is a fire house. So you bring all that. You bring the fire sign. You bring the. This is why, even though this is why Aries fire rising signs a lot of the times have a natural knack of what to do in certain houses, because you may not. You're gonna have this. You're gonna have the elements in these houses. So Sagg, Leo, Aries risings, they're gonna have fire in their fire houses, water in their water houses, air in their air houses, earth in their earth houses. So they're gonna fire risings. This is why they're some of the most intuitive motherfuckers. You know, a lot of fire risings are more intuitive than the suns and moons. You know, that might have been a little bit of reach right there, because that might have been a little bit of a reach. But I'm just trying to express how intuitive fire rising signs are. You know, there's a lot of intuition that come with the fire and moon and fire. All right, let me not reach right there. But y'all understand what I'm trying to say. You having these elements in the houses that thank you. I had to catch myself right there. I had to catch myself. But you can't sleep on their intuition, period. You can't sleep on their intuition, period. And especially if they're fire risings with fire water placements, you know. But Jupiter transit in this 9th house, you will have some of your philosophies broken down to be built up right now, though. So if you're attached to a certain way of thinking about spirituality, or if you're attached to a certain belief you have with something, Jupiter is forcing you to expand and know that the grass is green on the others. You just touching a little part of spirituality right now. Or you're staying attached to how you see astrology in this way, or how you see tarot in this way, or whatnot. Like, there's more to learn. Jupiter finna learn in this house, you know. So be open right now to transcending with your spiritual awareness. It's so much spiritual growth to have with Jupiter transit in the 9th house, on top of so many things that you may experience in the physical realm that open your eyes up. This Jupiter transit in the 9th house, if you don't take vacations, if you've never been on a vacation like that, and you don't really move out your environment like that, please take that. Just take one, please. Try to squeeze that shit in during this transit. It's going to open your eyes to a whole lot. Sometimes it takes that one trip, this, that, and the third, us to leave our environment to realize, like, damn, I be too attached to how I think things. So I be too attached to my environment, this, that, and the third. You feel me? It's so much more to life. Like, look how the culture is over here. You know, look how the natives are experiencing life over here. And watch if this transit don't spark you to make sure you continue to play with exploring in this lifetime. So it's damn near a priority. Universe is saying that it's a priority for y'all to make sure y'all are experiencing things off the bucket list with Jupiter transiting the 9th house right now. All right, Leo risings. You will be compelled to express your knowledge and wisdom some more right now. That's the thing about Leo risings and Aries in the 9th house. Aries is an individual who don't really care about what other people are doing. They finna be hella passionate about their form of spirituality, but they don't give a fuck if you. Leo risings don't really care if you don't like their form of spirituality or not. They're not gonna force that shit on their friends, family members. They don't give a fuck. They got Aries in here. Canary, what's going on? They don't give a fuck with Aries in the 9th house. As long as they're walking their individual path and, you know, they're taking their natural initiative to develop their own belief systems and spirituality, they don't care what opinion you got about this, that, and the third. But now, you know, and they usually could be private about these things. Aries is underestimated as much as how private of a sign it is. A lot of Aries fire ain't shown through how they express themselves. A lot of it is shown through their action a lot of times. The example of their action and how they act on things. Leo and Sagittarius may be more expressive of things. Aries, a lot of Aries feel like they be wasting their time expressing some shit. They be feeling like they're wasting their time using words and shit. It's like, you'll learn better if you see how I do it. You know? I don't want to be on the phone telling you the instructions. Just come over so I can show you how to act on this shit. You know, so I can show you how to put it together. You know, that's Aries. So, in the 9th house, this is the natural influence they have. We got the guru, we got Shady Shells in the building. Yeah, we got Shady Shells in the building. So, with Jupiter in the 9th house, now you're actually going to be more influenced to circulate your knowledge and wisdom some more. Circulate your belief system some more. All right? Make sure you take the things that you have knowledge about and rub shoulders with other individuals with it, with Jupiter in the 9th house. You're going to have more of an influence and damn near aligned with more of a pursuit to make sure, you know, people know what you into spiritually. People know what your beliefs are and whatnot, or what you got in your bucket list, what you're trying to adventure. You're going to be dating somebody. You start dating somebody new. You letting them know, like, hey, I know we got this whole new thing going on, but like, I got this plan for the rest of the year. This one, you finna come with me on these vacations or not. Like, this is what I'm doing. It is not a, y'all's not finna compromise when it comes to things that you want to adventure, and you shouldn't right now with Jupiter transiting this house. But we already know you deal with some competition in this house by default. So for any of you guys dealing with any education matters, you know, some of you guys are still in school or whatever, obviously Jupiter in 9th house, this is a great time to take that new course. This is another alignment where it's like a grace period for you to make sure there's something you really want to study. You want to study that real estate course. You want to devote yourself to studying this, that, and the third. This is a great year for that. This is a great year for that, Leo risings. That one thing that whether you in your 20s, 30s, or 40s or whatever, and you kind of kept feeling like, no, next year I could devote this year to doing that, to learning about this, or I know before I do it, it's going to take some time to learn for it. This is the year, Leo risings. Whatever that is that you need to soak some knowledge up about, and you need to learn from somewhere else, and you need to be taught, this is the year where you'll soak that shit up OD. All right? But yeah, you will deal with more intense. Now let's get to the exaggeration factors, and I'm going to move on. Jupiter transiting this house, you will deal with some more intense situations when it comes to either debating over things, when it comes to your education credentials, or in the education field, you know, especially if you work around education, if you're a teacher, if you if you teach spirituality. This may be the time people are a little bit more either throwing shade on you a little bit. Motherfucker bored don't be knowing what he talking about with astrology, this, that, and the third. The nigga just be up there talking. This nigga be joking the whole time. The nigga be, yeah, nigga. I'm not finna go back and forth with another nigga on that shit. Cause I do me. So this is how you gotta think, Leo risings. Cause motherfuckers will challenge the fuck out of you right now with Jupiter in that 9th house. People already do that. But Jupiter is gonna expand it. Yeah, I'm gonna save this. Jupiter is gonna expand that shit. So you gotta be conscious about this. Be conscious about being the bigger person when you know what you know. All right. And this is the house dealing with experiences. So I want y'all to spread y'all wings right now, Leo risings. But you can't overdo it. All right. So overdo it in the sense that the floodgates are open for you to take that vacation, to explore new things, to learn new things right now, to travel out of your 3rd house. This house is the 9th house deal with long distance travel. Whether it's actual physical traveling or it's traveling up here mentally, spiritually. So you guys are going to be, you know, transcending with your forms of spirituality and with your knowledge overall, even if you ain't moving around. But if you actually embark on the physical experience of dealing with vacations and exploring new things or whatnot, that's just going to even widen you up even more, with you getting to see things from a different perspective. Well, yeah, the ninth house deal with long distance travel. The third house deal with local experiences. So, you know, this is going to be a time to break free from a lot of things in the third house, especially if you got some third house placements, especially if you got strong Gemini placements. Like, this is going to be a time to expand a bit more to what you're already familiar with. Okay, so please book that trip, man. Book that trip. You'll be alright. Your bread will be good. Don't let's not make no excuses. You know, let's not continue to put things on the bucket list, on the back burner. Jupiter is going to create extreme situations if you do that. That's when Jupiter going to create some extreme shit. When they know damn well you could place more effort into experiencing new things, but you keep coming up with excuses. You keep hesitating. Your spirit is calling out to experience some new shit. Okay? And this is definitely last thing. You guys will definitely be motivated to be more hands-on with spirituality. I don't know if I said that already, but like I said, if you got some knowledge and wisdom about how to deal with rituals, and you're always watching spiritual motherfuckers do this, that, and the third, and this is the time for you to get way more hands-on and start experimenting, start doing things to help you tap into communicating with your spiritual family. You know, embrace meditation, embrace, making sure you're cleansing up your area. These are things you need to be more hands-on with now, because Jupiter is like, okay, you got this knowledge and wisdom. Now it's time for you to put this shit to the test. Now it's time for you to start exercising this shit for real. You know, Jupiter, this is a schoolhouse. This is an education house. And you will be put in positions for your education or your wisdom or your experience to manifest all type of opportunities the more you embrace expressing it and circulating it in different ways right now. I promise you. All right, Leo risings. So boom. Cancer risings. Jupiter transiting the 10th house. Okay. Off rip Cancer risings with Aries in the 10th house. You guys have to learn how to take initiative in career a lot of the times. You know, you have to learn how to take initiative and go take control for things when it comes to the 10th house. Now, even though Aries is a square to the 10th house, one thing Aries and the 10th house have in common are Mars influences. So Aries is ruled by Mars, and this is this is pretty much Mars' favorite house besides the 8th house and the 1st house. Mars loved the 10th house. You know, because it gets to add all his intention, passion, and force towards building up career or gaining recognition for things that it's passionate about. So this is what's going on right now. Jupiter in the 10th house is going to be bringing expansion on you understanding how people perceive your social status, on you understanding and building more clarity as to how people perceive you, so you could ultimately learn how to manipulate your reputation. If you know you have a reputation for this, if you know people see you like this, if you know you gain notoriety for this and you become known for this, but subconsciously, now Jupiter is going to be like, yo, embrace, you know, the experience that you gained through that thing that you got a reputation for, you know? So if you do hair, or you just be doing hair, but it's not a business, it's something you've been experienced with. You do your own hair. You do people hair around you or whatnot. You know, people be spreading the word, but you know, it's not even nothing you take serious. Right now, Jupiter's gonna be like, yo, listen, you hella experience. When it comes to that, people already call you a hairstylist, even though you don't embrace it because you're doing this, that, and the third. Use that. Let's multiply the fruits of our labor with that. Let's maximize that thing that you have wisdom and experience with to help build the 10th house up. All right. However, you know, in this area, Jupiter in this house, Jupiter kind of makes some mistakes at times, because the 10th house is a house that deal with being more practical. All right. So sometimes Jupiter can be a little bit too philosophical in this area. So when it comes to any ideas, when it comes to, you know, new creative projects that you want to build on in the 10th house, you have to make sure that there's a sense of practicality and rational thinking, regardless of how gassed up and excited you are, because Jupiter could bring a lot of excitement, you know. So this is the time where you guys are going to be excited to expand in the 10th house. It could be a lot. Jupiter's going to bring expansion to the 10th house, period. Whether you're learning on how to utilize your reputation, your notoriety, your skills, or things you're experienced with to help build your 10th house, to build more foundation, security, and stability in life. Or there may be, if you already have a certain business in motion, there could be promotions in career in different type of sense. But especially if you're doing things that's dealing with, you know, your value system in career, and you already got that business brand in motion, that shit could grow like a motherfucker right now. Jupiter in the 10th house. And Jupiter to a degree deals with, Jupiter to a degree, more so Neptune for real, more so Neptune deal with connecting to the collective. But Jupiter is an interactive type of energy. So Aries in the 10th house, Cancer rising, sometimes y'all don't be wanting to connect with nobody in career. Y'all don't be really wanting to network. Y'all want to do y'all thing, do your own little individual business thing. Y'all be wanting to come and work. Y'all don't be caring about exchanging a whole bunch of energy, making friends outside of work. Sometimes y'all just come and want to do what y'all do, and boom. Jupiter in the 10th house is going to force you to kind of be more interactive a little bit. You know, it's going to push you into situations where it's you need to embrace letting people know what you do. All right? You need to embrace letting people know what you do. Yeah, what's goody, bro? So this is important to understand with Jupiter transiting the 10th house. You just got to take your time here. You got to continue to take your time, because once again, you can feel real gassed up, real excited and shit. You know, you got to make sure you take your time with what you're building in the 10th house. It's going to be a lot of new ideas, a lot of new insight. Okay, this is another alignment, like I said, that you have to align more with the energy of abundance in order to make things grow some more in this house. You can't get, that's, even though Jupiter is kind of, you know, it's a little uncomfortable here. That is another big positive here. It teaches you to trust spirit and trust universe with what you're trying to, with what it's leading you with, and how it's navigating you in career, because Aries could be very forceful here. Aries could be very forceful here, want things to happen in career the way they want it to happen in career. Cancer risings and shit have a real individual approach to how they want things to happen in career. Jupiter is kind of going to aid you a little bit to being open in this area. Embracing a little bit of relatability here, you know, being a little bit more understanding there when it comes to career, being more patient here. You know, these are like qualities, more philosophical qualities that could be used when it comes to aligning abundance with what we're working on and building in the 10th house. Okay. You know, but you can't make some mistakes and errors here. You know, you can't make some mistakes and errors, but eventually these are going to be things that help you in the long run. These are going to be things that you're going to be able to these are going to be good mistakes to make, because it's going to come with you experimenting a lot of the time. You know, we all going to make mistakes when we experiment with new things. That's just regular, you know. So don't shy away from none of that. And yeah, when it comes to your brand and business, like Jupiter's finna bring some expansion to that. But this is also another placement that if you feel restricted or limited, confined to a line of work that you're in right now, Jupiter's finna break you free. Jupiter finna break you free right now. Cancer risings. Or you're going to experience extreme situations here. You're going to experience, you know, once again, just extra frustration in the 10th house. You already Cancer rising, be getting frustrated in the 10th house. You got Aries there. I got Scorpio there, so I could relate. Cancer rises. Mars rule 10th house. So sometimes we need to learn to take our motherfucking time. Sometimes you try to conquer a little bit too much in your schedule. You know, got to learn to deal with more tact, even though you got all the passion and determination in the world to build up your 10th house. Jupiter is going to help you to see your previous mistakes, trying to build things in this house so you can move more wise with how you build things in this house, Cancer risings. But yeah, there can be some exaggerated situations in the workplace. There could be some exaggerated situations here. You know, make sure you don't beat your boss up. Make sure you don't whoop your coworker's ass. All right, please. You know, I don't need y'all catching no cases, Cancer risings. Y'all know y'all be quick to go upside motherfuckers' head. All right. And I already, the Cancer risings, listen, those are not the ones you want to piss off. especially not on a good day, especially a day when the emotions is just not feeling right and they don't know why. Ooh, that's not the day. That's not the day for a coworker to say some slick shit at work. So, you guys will be real studious right now, but that's another thing to embrace here, to prevent mistakes right now. Because Aries is in your 10th house, especially if you got planets in Aries, once again, you know you're real head-on and forceful with things when it comes to, making money, building stability, business, right? So it's sometimes it's good. Sometimes your impulsive nature in this area helps you to just experiment and learn things on the fly. But with Jupiter here, it's gonna force you to kind of learn and teach yourself a little bit before you start experimenting, or before you start, building or transitioning in career a little bit. So if you feel like you could just take a little bit time right now to, teach yourself, self-teach yourself, learn from somebody else about something that you are interested in building or transitioning in within career, do not feel vulnerable. Do not feel vulnerable. Do not feel like you're wasting your time, and you might as well just jump into the experience. It may really help right now. It may really help right now. Jupiter may definitely be slowing things up for you. Let me not say slow up, because Jupiter, slow ain't necessarily the word to add to Jupiter, but it's going to be putting you in situations for you to be able to learn from others, or learn about the ways of the world and how business and things are being navigated right now with business and stabilizing and structuring career right now through other examples or whatnot. And it's going to bring you more insight and more guidance as to things you want to do with career, Cancer rising. All right. But nonetheless, I could see you guys making some big moves, a lot of expansion, and being able to cover a lot of ground with Jupiter in the 10th house. Just be paced. Take your time with it, Cancer. All right. Taurus risings. Excuse me, Gemini risings. Gemini risings about to go upside my head. Gemini risings. Jupiter transiting the 11th house from my Gemini risings. All right. So for my Gem risings, okay, Jupiter in the 11th house. What's the 11th house? The 11th house deal with networking, business relationships, our relationships outside in the world. Some career influences in here, as far as from, associates, business partnerships, communities, groups, your social circle, spiritually inclined house, astrology, abstract thinking. Okay. These are all expanding right now. With, for my, Gemini risings be passionate about Aries in the 11th house. A lot of them be passionate as hell dealing with collaborative efforts. We already know Gemini energy is real relatable. So the Gemini rising could kind of be better off being in isolated energies at times than the Gemini sun and moon. The Gemini sun the Gemini sun attracts a lot of situations to be caught up in relationships and involved with interaction in relationships. Gemini moons feel like they need to have that sense of relatability, even though some Gemini moons, they don't need to have like a big social circle. They just need to have like them people that they can relate with. If they got that inner circle, whatever, that they know they could bounce their emotions and feelings off of, whatnot, and their thoughts off of, then they good with that. They don't need to be in the mix like that. Depending on what their sun and rising is. But Gemini rising, they also pretty good with, talking to themselves, Sometimes you'll think just because it's Gemini in the first house that they're super communicative and interactive. It don't play out like that all the time with Gemini in the first house. No. These people are like mad scientists in their head. They may be silent around you, but boy, their head is going. There's all type of shit they processing in their head. So, they could throw you off. They could throw you off like a motherfucker here. And so yeah, when it comes into the 11th house, a lot of times they get real passionate and feel uplifted and shit when they get to be in either any type of group spacings or have any type of relationships where they could connect to others about things that they may abstract think about, especially if Gemini rising is into spiritual shit. And now that Jupiter is transiting your 11th house, this is another placement that is going to manifest some soulmates. Bring you closer to your tribe. Bring you closer to people you really resonate with right now, Gemini rising. All right. You're going through a lot of different energies right now, with energies passing in and out of Gemini. Mercury getting back into Gemini after being retrograde, coming back in and leaving. Now it's coming back. The sun passing through your first house. You going through a time for yourself. You going through a lot of you having a lot of personal downloads. You're realizing a lot of things about people in your personal life. You're gaining way more detail and awareness on how to deal with this personal aspiration that you have, creative endeavor that you have. You're understanding a lot about yourself from a self-development perspective. You're understanding there's a lot going on for you. I already know, Gem Rising. And now that Jupiter is transiting your 11th house, this is going to bring expansion to a lot of things to help you connect with people that resonate with you. People that don't make you question yourself. With Jupiter transiting your 11th house, there's a lot of expansion to be made when it comes to forms of community, groups, business partnerships. It's be a lot of collaborative efforts going on right now, especially with things involving your first house, because this is a sextile. This is a sextile, Aries sextile Gemini. So when Aries is about to jump, into an experience, Gemini can look out and give, don't take the left, take the right. Look, I can see from here, or that blah, blah, blah is with that. Is there something's wrong with that left path? Take the right path. So it could look out for Aries. And then Aries helps Gemini to be more intentional instead of dealing with mental confusion and dealing with overthinking and whatnot. Aries helps Gemini to be able to concentrate on that one idea and whatnot. So these two can actually be a harmonious, intimate pairing, but I see them manifest a lot of best friend relationships, a lot of close friend relationships and shit a lot of the time. A lot of Aries have a Gemini best friend. A lot of Geminis have an Aries best friend, even if it ain't the sun. Maybe it might be the moon or the rising, but that alignment comes together a lot. And when you have Jupiter here, yes, this is a time where you're going to be more wise about being intentional about who you connect to. If you're a part of any business partnerships, any groupings, any forms of community with Jupiter transiting your 11th house, if you've learned what you had to learn from that group or community, Jupiter's going to expand you past that, So we could continue connecting or building upon this soul tribe that you're a part of in some type of shape or form. But it is going to bring you closer to tribe. There will be transformation. You already got Aries here, so you're already dealing with a lot of transformation in this lifetime by default, Gemini rising, when it comes to groups and partnerships that you deal with. You're going to deal with that by default with Aries here. And a lot of the times it's because you will take the initiative to leave some shit that don't resonate with your individuality in this house. So Jupiter is just going to put more of an emphasis on that. Your spiritual pursuits. These things are enhanced around the time, because the 11th house is a spiritually inclined house. 11th house has a huge influence on astrology. Like I said, abstract thinking. So a lot of things that may have been put in the back burner as to how you connect your individuality to the 11th house, these things, Jupiter is going to be putting you in experiences to do this. So this is definitely an alignment where you're going to be placed in situations to make sure you're communicating your knowledge and wisdom, to make sure you're associating yourself with people with similar beliefs. And if they don't have similar beliefs, you're going to learn that by expressing your beliefs, expressing what you're into, expressing your individuality some more, so Jupiter can continue to, shed skin, shed off some relationships into your life that ain't supportive of, you building your individuality here, and open up opportunities to bring people into this house. So we could definitely see a huge transformation with how you deal with relationships, and a huge push to connect you know, your creativity and your insight and awareness, or something that you're experienced with, or high knowledge and wisdom with, into the external realm. If you're dealing with anything right now that's dealing with you starting a business, or something with you connecting to you trying to connect either a brand, a service, some awareness, some insight to the collective, so many experiences and opportunities can come out of that right now with Jupiter and transit in the 11th house. More than you even realize right now. So if Spirit's calling you to do that in any type of shape or form, stay on path, don't overthink it, and allow yourself to experience. Okay? Jupiter is going to be sending out huge red and green flags when it comes to who you deal with in your life right now. So Gemini rising, it ain't gonna be no sense of overthinking who you dealing with in your life. You gonna know. It's gonna be a huge green flag when you connect with somebody and you're like, I don't know what it is, but I need to. Remember, Jupiter is hella intuitive. So you're gonna be like, I don't know what it is, but I know this person. I need to keep this person out of contact. I need to make sure I reach out to them this week, or I need to make sure, you know, we continue to build, or I see what we can build, or this, that, and the third, or I need to make sure that that shit that we spoke about when we first met, we really, you know, exchange resources. This could be a time where you gain a lot of resources and new contacts. It's just that Jupiter can exaggerate shit right now with relationships. Jupiter can exaggerate shit right now. You know, so you have to be careful. You got to be careful making little issues bigger than what they are when it comes to your friendships, when it comes to business partnerships, when it comes to associates, when it comes to communities that you're a part of or whatnot, you know, group efforts that you're a part of or whatnot. You know, your sense of frustration dealing with people right now could be highly exaggerated. You can project on others right now. So be careful of that. Be careful of that. You know, you fuck around, say some shit. You fuck around a part of some fucking charity. You part of some community or some shit. I can't even think of a crazy example. I know I've always be dramatic as hell with my examples at times to really stamp the point. But you'll be in a situation right now. You have a whole group mad at you for some shit right now because you made some impulsive decision when it was really a group decision. And that's kind of, and Gemini rising, you could do that from time to time with Aries in the 12th house. I mean 11th house. You could do that from time to time. Be a little too individual, thinking you know what the group think. Like, I mean, I figured y'all said y'all want pepperoni pizza. Who don't like pepperoni pizza? Motherfuckers be like, first of all, I don't eat pork. Another motherfucker be like, first of all, I'm allergic. Like, goddamn, stop it. You just gotta be careful trying to make decisions for everybody, or make decisions for everybody that you're in a part of a group with. So if it's dealing with anything with business, shit, you are liable to have this happen to you. So you're liable for this to make you very angry and frustrated. People making group decisions, individual decisions for the group that you're a part of. So you got to be careful how you deal with being composed in that type of situation as well. And letting the motherfucker know, you know, they can't be on shit like that. But you got to make sure you're not pushing that energy out as well. Okay? You will manifest a lot of strangers right now. Like I said, you're going to be more connected to tribe. This is going to open up a lot of gaps for you to connect to tribe right now, Gemini rising. But with placements like, you know, if you have Jupiter, if anybody in here has Jupiter in their 11th house, they'll tell you that strangers and people don't know them be feeling so comfortable approaching them. You know, now, I'm not even talking about from an intimate perspective. I'm talking about like, especially if you work a job that deals with a lot of interaction. Like, let's say you drive Uber, right? Let's say you drive Uber, and you got Jupiter in the 11th house. Oh, you finna have all type of different motherfuckers get in your whip. You finna meet the plug for this, that, and the third. You finna deliver food to this entrepreneur crib. I was just watching on YouTube. Now I'm delivering to you. It get crazy with Jupiter in the 11th house. It's gonna deal with experiences. And Jupiter can be mad, spontaneous, and random a lot of the times. So when you have it in the 11th house, You can't underestimate the relationships that you build around this time, Gemini rising. It's some fruitful ass relationships to build right now. I'm on Gemini rising, finishing up Gemini rising. Some fruitful ass relationships that you can encounter in your life right now through thin air. This is the year when you meet somebody and y'all have something in common. You have an aspiration and they're in your field and you guys have like energy, or they're into what you do and y'all into the same thing. This is the year to take advantage of, you know, making sure you're placing time into these type of relationships, because they could turn into some fruitful ass situations in your life. You know, it could turn into some new business, to big ass business ventures, you know. For my Gemini risings that don't be, you know, out and about like that, or don't interact with people that much, man, if you learn how to work some social media, or if you embrace branding yourself, or once again, if you embrace taking something you experienced with, you got some knowledge and wisdom with, and connecting it to others in the 11th house. Even if you got a product right now, you building like you make natural products. You'll fuck up a pop-up shop like a motherfucker right now. You come in there with 50 bottles of hair oil, and you leaving with all that shit sold, 3 business cards, new contacts, all type of shit right now. Put yourself out there, Jupiter in the 11th house, because Jupiter is gonna push you to be more active in the outside world. Jupiter's gonna push you to make sure, you know, you're taking something that you're experienced with and your wisdom, and you're connecting it to the outside world. Doing that's gonna manifest so many opportunities here. I promise you, Gemini rising. I promise you. And you saying I'm gonna be outside? Oh yeah, definitely. Gemini rising is gonna be outside. Gemini rising was gonna be outside whether they got Jupiter in 11th house or not. But nah, like I said though, not all Gemini risings are just super extroverted and shit like a Gemini sun. It's really different here, you know. They're not all like that. So, you know, this will be a time, if you're more of an introverted Gemini risings, yeah, Jupiter in 11th house is gonna push you to be outside some more. And make sure you bring your business cards. Make sure when your friend invites you to this event in this party, you let motherfuckers know what you do. Yeah, I do hair. Yeah, I make natural products for this, that, and the third, for motherfuckers that need, you know, got eczema and shit. You got your dry. You should use my shit. Your skin look dry as a motherfucker right now. But anyways, you know, you let motherfuckers know what you working on, what you got going on, what you doing. Circulate your wisdom. This is the time where like, this is the type of energy that you may be usually reluctant to let people know what you into, or like maybe business be good already for you, so you don't feel the need to super promote or advertise your shit. No, not right now. Not right now. This ain't the time to be like, you know, business is good already. I don't need a no. This is the time you make sure you express that shit. You circulate that shit, because you don't know who you finna bump into right now. You got a successful business, but now you got celebrity clients, or now you got this, that, and the third. Like it's expansion. Jupiter's bringing expansion. So if the 11th house rules people you don't know, if it rules strangers, if it rules unfamiliar faces and places, the more you push out what you're experienced with, right? What you already know, you know, your education about something, your spiritual concepts, things that you can help others with, products that you can make. All these things are things that could do wonders right now in the 11th house. And this may be another reason why, if you're a part of certain business partnerships, or you're a part of certain communities right now, this is why some of those situations might be ending, because they may be actually holding you back from embracing, connecting your individuality to the world in a different way. You know, it's like Beyonce. Like, I was just using Beyonce in my last live. I don't know why Destiny Childs keep popping up in my head, but it's like Beyonce wouldn't be Beyonce if she broke away from Destiny Childs. Justin Timberlake wouldn't be Justin Timberlake if he ain't break away from, what the fuck, them niggas, Backstreet Boys? No, I'm bugging out. In sync. I need to take a nap after I get off this. I did not just say Justin Timberlake was in Backstreet Boys. I didn't just say that. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of what's going on right now in the 11th house. You got to understand how certain relationships, Jupiter, like I said, Jupiter finna break all of us free where it's at. Whatever house Jupiter's transiting, whatever's going on in that house that's restricting, that's limiting us, whether it's us doing it to ourselves with our insecurities or how we think about things, or it's just the environment, Jupiter is either going to create an extreme situation to get us the fuck out of it, which might be turbulent, but it's going to be one door closing to open up another one, or it's just going to be a strong sense of inspiration and encouragement and an optimistic outlook on the potential of what could be if you break out. But Jupiter deals with faith. Jupiter deals with faith, though. So we are being pushed to take leaps of faith in the house that we have Aries in right now. All right? Yeah, I don't think he knows what group he was in. Right? Nah, I didn't, man. I ain't put nothing in my vessel but water and motherfucking spearmint gum. So that's Jupiter transiting the 11th house for all my Gemini risings. And last but not least, my Taurus risings. It's actually a lot going on for y'all right now. There's actually a lot of shit going on right now for my Taurus risings with this placement. All right. So listen here, Taurus risings. Listen here. I want you to hear me closely. I want you to hear me closely right now. Jupiter is home here. Jupiter is home here. I know today, yeah, I juiced for 2 days. I get to eat today though. I'm about to make me a nice old salad right now. Ooh, I got some salmon. Finna throw the salmon. Ooh, this motherfucker finna bust after this. But anyways, I've been low key thinking about the salad for the past hour. But Jupiter in the 12th house. It's a powerful time for you right now, Taurus rising. It's a powerful time. Look, Jupiter's home here. So the 12th house deals with our imagination, our belief system, our dreams, our creative essence. Yeah, I did everything. And this is the last one. I started on Aries rising, and now we all the way down to Taurus rising. It went backwards. So it went Aries, Pisces rising, boom, boom, boom. Don't worry, I'm gonna put these up. I put timestamps on everything now. So, and I'm gonna fuck Optimum up. They were supposed to come to my crib today. Them niggas ain't show up. They talking about, yeah, they're gonna be here anytime from between 12 o'clock and 3. It's 4:40. Niggas did not show up. Once again, Wi-Fi's out. It's some bullshit, you know. I'm going up. What I got? I got Aries in the 3rd. I got Jupiter in the 3rd house. So I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it right now when it comes to how I communicate with people. I called Optimum the other day. I was like, hey, y'all. I know you just doing your job. I had to hit her with that first. Look, I know you just doing your job. I really want to flip on y'all right now. But look, I know you just doing your job. But I need you to figure this the fuck out. I need credit on my shit. Or my shit discounted or something. Send somebody to my motherfucking crib and figure this shit out. It's almost like I'm experiencing Mercury retrograde energy. I can't even point out in my chart why I'm dealing with this shit. But anyways, I don't got Verizon on my... Right now, you know, yeah, I'm using my laptop and my other phones. You know, this is why I'm not streaming on YouTube. This is why I'm just I'm just streaming on IG right now because I'm still dealing with the bullshit. You feel me? But what's the name? Yeah, this shit is just retarded. But anyways, so when we look at Jupiter transiting the 12th house, you know, once again, deal with our imagination, our dreams, our creative essence, our spiritual essence, our beliefs, you know, but we know the 12th house has a whole lot to do with isolation, It could deal with refinement at times, right? Strong influences on karma and spiritual expansion. So now that we got Jupiter coming back home, for one, you know, this is a time to embrace your spiritual journey more than ever. Okay, so any and everything that you believe in, Jupiter is gonna push you in experiences to really believe it. So if you wake up and you reposting shit, this, that, and the third, abundance, claim it. If you reposting it and commenting, claim it. No, Jupiter wants to see how you really exercise abundance in your life. Because if you really exercise it, you know, if you know you're limitless and you move like it and you put your energy out into the world, you gonna manifest some motherfucking abundance with Jupiter in the 12th house. But that's the thing here. This is why this placement is so powerful, Taurus, because the 12th house deal with your dreams. The 12th house deal with your imagination. Jupiter bring expansion. So you gonna be dreaming like you gonna have some big the goals and aspirations you've been had done got expanded and inflated like a motherfucker these past couple of months with Jupiter transiting the 12th house. Already, you already feeling this. We already, everything that I went through this reading, we already picking up on this energy. So Taurus rises, when it comes to things in your subconscious, things that deal with spiritual development, personal development, you know, spiritual development / personal development, because spiritual development is going to lead into personal development. And when I say spiritual development, things to improve your subconscious, when it comes to bad habits you have, when it comes to things you're attached to, Taurus rises, right now you being broken down. Jupiter going to break that down because it needs to evolve you in this area. Jupiter don't play no games in the 12th house. Jupiter don't play no games in the 12th house when it comes to spiritual expansion. So connecting to negative people, places, and things that don't align with your dreams, your imagination, with the potential. I like to say the 12th house deal with a lot of potential energy, with the potential of what you can create. This is where the extreme moments can manifest. So right now, a lot of you guys are very excited. The potential for what you could do with your creative energies, or how you can connect, because the 12th house also deal with connecting to the collective. How you could connect your creativity to the collective in some type of shape or form. It's almost never seemed this vivid before with Jupiter transiting the 12th house. And you may just be realizing right now how experienced you are with something, how much wisdom you do have about something, how much knowledge you do have about something. You may just now be realizing this shit with Jupiter in the 12th house. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't know. My best friend, my best homie, my right-hand man is the one that inspired me to start teaching astrology. He was like, bro, what? You keep trying to teach me all this spiritual shit. Go teach that shit on Instagram or some shit. Oh, you think so? So somebody else kind of inspired me to do what I'm doing now, you know? And when you got these energies transiting your 12th house, when you got energies transiting your 12th house, you need to make sure, because Jupiter don't, okay, for one, Jupiter's going to uplift insecurities here when it comes to your dreams and imagination. So, you know, if you're one that feels hesitant and whatnot, dealing with your creative projects or how you connect to the collective, Jupiter's finna lift all of that up and encourage you and give you more of an optimistic approach towards how you do things. And then Jupiter, just like I was saying, karma's moving quick. The karma gonna move quick with positive things too. So this is the type of energy Jupiter in the 12th house. The moment that you allow yourself to connect your talents, creative abilities, your insight, or start putting energy, work, and time into things dealing with your creativity, your imagination, this is the time where you'll be so surprised how you do that first month with your business. You'll be surprised as shit as to you know, how quick you got from point A to point B this year with something dealing with a creative endeavor. Because Jupiter is in a house where it gets busy, where expanding. Now this is the thing about Jupiter in the 12th house. Negative emotions. Jupiter does want to add an optimistic approach to things, but you know, if your imagination, because look, our imagination is our imagination. We can imagine anything. So if you're imagining a lot of mistakes, errors, instead of focusing on a bigger potential of things, Jupiter gonna bring that shit into your life to almost make you think like, go ahead, keep putting this negative shit on your subconscious for you to truly understand on a spiritual level. You are really manifesting the things, the energy you putting out into the solar system. Jupiter in the 12th house is a different game. People that have this in their natal chart, they know they manifest quick. People that have Jupiter in the 12th house people that have Jupiter in the 12th house in their natural natal alignments, they know that they have to guard their dreams and their imagination and their subconscious, and they know they can't allow themselves to just pick up energy from anybody, because they could bring that shit into fruition really quick. Some people like to connect to people with Jupiter in the 12th house because they could feel like this person can help them manifest their dreams, their creative essence in some type of way quicker than they could do it by themselves. And this is so subconscious, but people pick up this energy from people that have Jupiter in the 12th house and Neptune in the 12th house. So if anything, a lot of them got to build boundaries. Question, what's the sound in the back? Sounds like nah, this is just, I got like a playlist with instrumentals. If you like it, I could DM it to you. So yeah, but yes, this is what's going to be happening for Taurus risings with this transit. It's going to be a lot of expansion to make, dealing with, you know, your you putting positive energy, or you putting energy work into the potential you have with anything that be in that 12th house. And you already got Aries in here. So Aries in the 12th house be passionate about their dreams. You know, it's just that it's going to deal with frustration at times when it doesn't kind of work with time here. You know, allowing the dream to manifest and come down into reality. Aries be real impatient, dealing with trying to see results from their creativity at times. You guys deal with a lot of competition at times when it comes into your dreams or imagination. And a lot of the times, see, Aries can stunt itself. Taurus, as a Taurus rising with Aries in the 12th house, sometimes you can stunt yourself when it comes to connecting to the collective, or, you know, taking your talents or your creative abilities and your wisdom and connecting to the collective, because sometimes Aries don't give a fuck about doing that shit. Sometimes Aries don't care about connecting to the collective. And this house is dealing with how we can understand the subconscious of others, and a lot of times we do that through our dreams. A lot of times when we listen to a motivational speaker talking about their dreams, or we see how somebody else manifest their dreams, we feel connected because that's something that we can relate to as us trying to do that in our life. You feel me? So with Jupiter in this house, it's going to force you to circulate your knowledge and wisdom some more, on top of you realizing the wisdom and experience you already have in this area. It's also going to put you in a state of making sure that you allow yourself to, once again, to expand. This brings a lot of spiritual expansion here, you know, as far as your spiritual awareness. So anything that you're studying, you're learning about, this is a great time to pursue that as well. You know, when it comes to courses or things that you want to apply yourself to or devote yourself towards learning right now, this is a great time for that too, because you'll be able to learn it really quick. You know, Jupiter transit in 9th house, 12th house, be able to learn things very quick right now. If you got these energies in your natal, you're able to pick up things very quick, especially if it's dealing with spirituality. You know, but you just got to make sure you deal with frustration the right way, in a positive way, when it comes to any shortcomings or things not going your way when you deal with your creative endeavors and your creative projects. Jupiter is definitely going to do some shadow work in this 12th house. So you need to be careful how you project the emotions, because we don't want to manifest any situation. We're dealing with the 12th house now. You know, 12th house rule hospitals and confinement and shit. I don't need to hear none of my beloved Taurus risings dealing with any of the bullshit. Alright? So with Jupiter transiting this house, make sure that, you know, this placement comes with developing emotional intelligence, but you do have Aries here, though. You do have Aries here. So sometimes you could be, you know, the competition or things not going your way when it comes to your creative endeavors, that could be very overwhelming, and Jupiter's here to teach you to embrace the journey. Okay? But intuition is very fucking high. You're going to be seeing everything from a spiritual perspective. You may have been infatuated dealing with spirituality these past couple months. You may have been infatuated with learning how to improve your craft. So if you're an artist right now, there's no such thing as writer's block right now. Not with Jupiter transiting your 12th house. There ain't no such thing as writer's block. It ain't no such thing as Jupiter transiting the 12th house. How do we deal with this creative endeavor? What song we drop first? You know, how am I gonna express my art? It should be a flood of that right now. When it comes to how you're gonna do something creatively, it should be it might be a little bit too many. That might actually be the issue with Jupiter expanding so much in this house. You may have too many ideas. You may not know which song to drop first as your first song. You know, you may not know which one of your paintings to start selling first. So this is why you want to take your time as far as the organization process. But as far as letting your creativity flow, as far as connecting your knowledge and wisdom to the collective, you're going to manifest a lot of situations to teach others. Your sense of individuality through your art is going to be seen as an example right now. And Aries in the 12th house is also going to have a strong sense, just like how I was saying, Leo risings, Aries in the 9th house, they're very individual and passionate and independent when it comes to their spiritual journey. It plays out like this with Taurus in the 12th house. They don't want nobody forcing nothing with spirituality on them. They really stubborn when it comes to sometimes considering the belief system of other people, because they real independent on following that journey themselves. You know, maybe oh, that's cool, that's what spirituality do for you. Okay, that's what's up. Aries in the 12th house. Aries in the 12th house, yeah, they're real individual when it comes to how they deal with these energies, but impulsive acts, irrational acts could set them back a whole lot, could set y'all guys back a whole lot at times with Aries here. And sometimes you guys can be very individual, Taurus risings. Sometimes you can be very individual when it comes to understanding the emotion of others. You guys are a very cooperative sign from a physical point of view. So you guys, a lot of y'all manage money very well too, Taurus risings. So a lot of you guys, you're able to support people sometimes financially. A lot of the times, you are an example for stability for a lot of people in your lives, especially in your family environment. But when it comes to how you deal with your subconscious, you don't be wanting nobody to tell you how to deal with that shit. You don't be trying to hear that shit. You finna figure that out on your own. So this is a great time to exercise having a listening ear when it comes to things with dealing with spirituality and the subconscious and healing. Okay, we don't want to have no extra karma dealing with the exaggeration with Jupiter in the 12th house is things that deal with the things that's heavy on your imagination, because the 12th house has a lot of energy dealing with escapism. You having all different 12th house has all different type of escape mechanisms in there. You just being a Taurus rising, having Aries in the 11th house, sometimes you could really isolate yourself to escape different issues in your life. So a Taurus rising will live in the same house with their partner and find ways for their partner to not find them. They'll make sure, when they partner at work, they'll change their schedule to make sure. See, Taurus rising, I think I'm gonna be knowing y'all do shit like this. Y'all think, listen, they'll change their work schedule to make sure they at work when they partner home, and when they partner at work, they home. They'll leave the crib before their partner get back from the house. So sometimes Aries in that 12th house, they'll get so individual and even sometimes a bit selfish, or I don't even want to use the word selfish. You guys will just highly isolate yourself as an escape mechanism when it comes to you having to deal with issues in your subconscious or connecting the subconscious to others, understanding the emotion of others when you don't feel like doing that shit. And goodness gracious, if you are Sun in Aries, Moon in Aries in this house, sometimes you dive deep into that shit right there, But depending on certain alignments, Aries in this house, the 12th house is dealing with connecting to the collective. So Aries is going to be very picky, and it will have discernment. So that's the good thing. It will have discernment on who it connects to. it ain't gonna be so big on just exchanging energy with anybody with Aries in the 12th house. You know, it ain't gonna be so big on that. A lot of them have very strong sexual energy and healing properties too with Aries in the 12th house. So Jupiter gonna learn to make you understand how to be more spiritually disciplined when it comes into that area too, with how you exchange energy on all levels. Okay, but boy, when it comes to the expansion that could be made with any form of creative projects, with your spiritual awareness, with healing, these things all have huge potential to grow right now. And the more you allow yourself to circulate your knowledge and wisdom in some type of shape or form, you're also going to be in a state right now where it could be exaggerated situations with people being competitive with you about your belief system. Try not to dive too deep into that. Be the bigger person. All right? But that'll help prevent a lot of bullshit right now with Jupiter and Aries in the 12th house. People can kind of be forceful projecting on you right now too. You have the potential to do that, but you may attract that a lot right now. You may attract some emotionally unstable individuals right now. You know? So you might have to be the vessel to teach them some shit, Taurus risings. And when it comes to healing your subconscious and taking care of yourself overall, you're gonna have a lot of people around you. You're gonna have a lot of people. I think I'm on the cusp of the Aries Taurus rising. Yeah, if you're on the cusp energy, then you might be feeling these influences a little bit, you know. But what I was gonna say, you might have when it comes to taking care of yourself, Taurus rising. You know, because you guys are good for pampering yourself, this, that, and the third. But you are a Taurus rising. So you do get a lot of access to things in the physical realm dealing with, you know, whether it's stability, whether it's your pleasures, you know, your friends always buying the weed, buying the alcohol, you know, you overindulging into Uber Eats, you know, you done ran your Uber Eats bill up like a motherfucker this month. So you gonna, sometimes as a Taurus rising, you could overindulge into what makes you feel comfortable. So with Aries in the 12th house, this is going to be a time where Jupiter is going to be throwing all the things that you need to pay attention to help you understand how to take care of your subconscious some more. You're going to have that one family member that's like, yo, do you want to go on a juicing, you want to, you know, do this juice challenge with me this month? You have one of your friends telling you how much meditation changing their lives. You know, spiritual expansion is going to come from all different types of ways. But let's not think all the water houses influence shadow work. Transits through the 4th, 8th, and the 12th house. All of them. All of these houses deal with the internal. Okay? This is also a time, and I did the reading for the full moon, and then somebody that's a Libra rising DM'd me and said I played the Libra risings in my last reading. I didn't really go in on them. So this is why I kind of spent some time on Aries. So as soon as I spent some time on Aries after saying I'm going to be brief, I got to make sure that I give everybody, you know, some good quality time. But, you know, Jupiter uplifts, right? And when it does it, when Jupiter's in the 12th house, it could do this at a high level. Jupiter transit in the 12th house. Jupiter transit in the 12th house can uplift energies with a gift. So when it comes to times that you did things with your creative endeavors, and it did not go your way, and you developed insecurities from these things, and now when you want to do something from a creative perspective, or you want to connect something to the collective, and you're staying attached to the way that shit didn't happen, Jupiter is going to create scenarios for you not to hold on to that anymore. Jupiter is going to create scenarios for you to uplift all that negative ways of thinking, them insecurities, and this is where the shadow work comes in. So I'm telling you, Taurus rising, this is definitely going to be a time And a lot of you Taurus risings, you know, y'all have a real introverted nature too. Real introverted nature. But you may really feel compelled to take something that you value, mix it up with your creativity, you know, and connect it in some type of shape or form. And Jupiter is going to be helping you to realize that you are a vessel to bring some experience to other people about things, especially the way people may be picking your mind about certain things right now, you know. So this is the energy whenever you got strong Jupiter transits, you know, Jupiter transit 9th house, 12th house. These are going to, I mean, Jupiter transiting any sign is going to bring energies for you to learn from. It don't matter what house. But when you just have it, you know, transiting your 9th house, your 12th house, you manifest the extremes of being a student and teacher. So my Leo risings and my Taurus risings, you guys are manifesting situations where a lot of people are coming to you to learn from you, on top of you being pushed to making sure you study more about your craft, or you allow yourself to experience and soak up more knowledge and create more wisdom when it comes to the things people may be coming to learn from you about. You know, more so Leo, Jupiter transit the 9th house, Leo's risings, like I was saying, allowing themselves to experience and explore more. And then Jupiter transit the 12th house for my Taurus risings, a lot of situations where people may be picking your mind about some shit that you be doing creatively. And then it starts making you realize how much you may sleep on that thing that you do creatively, how that could be used, how you putting it out in the collective, people will value this, you know. A lot of understanding about the subconscious, once again, shadow work, and the subconscious of others too. This is one of the, I don't know how this is the last thing that I'm saying when it's really one of the most important things. Jupiter transit in the 12th house, Taurus risings, you will be pushed to understand the subconscious of your loved ones. Because Aries in the 12th house, once again, can have a real individual approach, you know, towards connecting to the collective or connecting the emotions. It's picky with who it connects with a lot of the times. Once again, Taurus risings is picky, period, with how they exchange their energy. You ain't getting up in the Taurus rising circle overnight. Shit like that make them uncomfortable when people just act like they know them. And they're real cooperative. That's the thing. They may be a bit shy, maybe a bit introverted, but they're really harmonious. They're real cooperative. Sometimes they'll give not even knowing somebody like that, you know. But when somebody starts overdoing it, acting like they know them, they've been knew them, that should make a Taurus rising a little like, yo, relax. Like, relax. I know I helped you out this, day, and the third, but I just met you still. That's just my nature. I'm a giver. All right? You know? Okay. Okay, boom. Yup. So, yeah, man. They don't play about their personal. Taurus rising don't play about their personal space. And then they got, Taurus rising got Leo in the 4th house. So they don't need to, they don't feel like they need to connect to anybody to have fun. They can have fun on their own. No bullshit. Most of their cribs, that's why Taurus rising cribs be the shit. Sometimes Taurus risings can't get their fucking friends out their house. Sometimes they can't even get their friends out the house. Because the munchies going to be on deck. The good eats going to be on deck. The furniture going to be cozy. They going to have the fire stick. You feel me? Jailbroken. You got fire stick, they got fire stick. You can't even get that. For some reason, you don't got the apps, all the apps they got on their fire stick and shit. Got aquariums in the home and shit. When you go use their bathroom, motherfucking fuzzy ass, furry ass carpets and shit, motherfucking feeling all sensual on your toes. You about carpet turning you on and shit. I ain't never feel some shit on my feet like this feel this goddamn good. I will pay anything to take this carpet home. So sometimes Taurus risings can't even get people out their fucking personal space to deal with their own creativity, to deal with their own entertainment system in the home, you know, to deal with their own in-home studio, to come home and have their favorite meal and snack while they Netflix and chill with their nice sound system and motherfucking 2,000-inch flat screen TV and shit, you know, to enjoy their own shit, because that's Leo on the 4th house. You feel me? They don't feel like they need to depend on nobody to have fun and shit. So with Jupiter transiting the 12th house, you know, yeah, this is a time where you're gonna become more I know y'all keep seeing me scratch over here. Motherfucking mosquito was in my bedroom last night. I could not go to bed till I got that motherfucker. But they bitch ass nigga tagged me up a couple times though. Tagged me up. You be killing mosquitoes and see how much blood be coming out their ass. They be like, I know you did not just do that to me. That cannot be all my blood. That gotta be at least 3 other niggas. That gotta be at least 3 other niggas you was sucking up today. I know that ain't all me right there. It ain't no way. I should be ready to pass out with all that fucking blood you done sucked out my ass. So yeah, they tagged my black ass up, but I had to go to sleep because I know if I ain't get them niggas before I went to sleep, they was gonna harass the fuck. They was gonna fuck me up in my sleep. They was gonna fuck me up. But Jupiter in the 12th house, y'all, to wrap it up for my Taurus risings. If you're dating somebody right now, if you're, you know, when it comes to your children, when it comes to your family members, you're going to be pushed to have to learn to understand their subconscious some more, their love language some more, how they think some more. This is something Jupiter is going to dive into in this house. Excuse me, guys. Motherfucking yawning and burping. Yeah, I got to go, y'all. My body doing all type of funny shit. My body acting real unusual right now. I already did not have that much hours of sleep, and then I had to get up. I had an early ass barber appointment. I fucking didn't show up for that shit on time. That shit was at 10 a.m. I overslept. My heart dropped when I woke up. But luckily I got a great relationship with my barber, and he didn't have another what's the name? He didn't have another client. I was gonna be hot. But that's why I be going dusty for days, because sometimes my barber be booked as motherfucker. The people that I go to get my hair done be booked as a motherfucker. So I be like, come on, y'all know, I be on camera. Like, I can't be superficial ass Libra. I be on camera, y'all. Y'all can't be having me waiting weeks to see y'all and shit. Alright, so that's right. Mosquitoes, man, them niggas just, I feel like when it ain't springtime, like when it ain't spring and summertime, I feel like wherever mosquitoes be at, them niggas just be working out. I can't wait till spring come around. We finna tear some shit up. They just come back bigger, badder, and stronger. Them niggas, they don't, man. See, this is why I love connecting with y'all. Was it one of them genetically modified mosquitoes? Shit. You say that shit around somebody, they gonna look at you crazy. Oh yeah, it's out there. They out there. I don't know how many. I don't know if they still doing the demo run right now. There's a few out there. Motherfucker bite you, a dreadlock come out your shit. You like, wait, what the fuck? I know this mosquito bite did not just make me instantly lose hair. What the fuck going on? Listen, man, we live in a crazy world, y'all. Alright, so damn, I don't know how long I've been on live, but you know I love y'all for rocking out with the kid. But that's Jupiter through the houses, man. Be careful jumping into any exaggerated energies in the name of anger and frustration, or for your personal desires. Alright, Aries has a lot to do with your personal desires as well. Okay? Be careful what you do in the name of these things, and be open to learning what you need to learn in the house that you have Aries in. Let me get this live up so I can work on these timestamps, because I know a lot of motherfuckers jumped out the live because they're like, boy, taking too long. I'm going to catch this shit. I'm going to catch this shit when the nigga posts this shit. So, let me go ahead and get this shit.